Hello, everybody, and obviously obligatory Happy New Year. Welcome to session number 118. Okay, I double checked, I looked at the thing, so I remembered. And now that I once again, as per usual, after 1 month of not editing or uploading any videos, I will dump them all at once to the dismay of probably Fiera's phone and notification system having to spam that shit. Yeah, managed to edit all of you guys' videos in one session. God damn, that last fight we didn't take any break and it was like 3.5 hours long. Which technically I could have just uploaded like that. The only thing I added was the fade in the beginning and the fade at the end. And for that, I had to like render the video for half an hour. Like,
oh God!
It's like, oh, I guess professionalism. I guess I should do that. And
consistency.
So yep, definitely. All right. Yes, we are here. New Year's resolution always the same as the last one, which is please do not die. Level 15. The Fate Weavers are right now. And that's why, I guess, this is like officially high level. Like before, you could argue it's mid-level, you know, between 10 and 15. But 15 is officially like high-level end-game shit. That's where you get your ace-level spells. That's where shit just goes absolute bonkers crazy. And I can throw all of my notes I ever prep out of the window, because at the whim of an eye, they can decide to go somewhere completely different. And as such, I will do a quick recap to recap the ye old days where you didn't have 8-level spells and how simple it was back then. Just recapping the ultra long session we had. I think that's more than enough. You guys went to try and find Icewar's mentor. Went to the Servalon Woods, to the old shrine that Icewa found when she was on her supposed studies. And when you arrived there, you did find a gate that seemed to lead to the Feywild. However, it was currently being destroyed, consumed / annihilated by demonic entities that seem to have made their way here. And you took care of them rather easily and tactically, and thus allowed the gate to kind of restabilize and open itself again. And you use that opening to walk into the Feywilds. After that, you were greeted with a burned forest, met up with Isora's mentor, who kind of explained what was going on, which is, it is not unnormal that part of the forest is burned. That seems to is like a bigger problem that's been going on for thousands of years. However, recently, he did mention how recent, could be 100 years in Fey time, but an Empyrean, one of the Fey creatures who's been blessed with forms of divinity, has kind of taken on the mantle to burn the Fey Forest down, because they believe that through the ashes of the Fey Forest, a new Fey Forest will grow, and that is the way to kind of save it. And has been kind of arming his own troops to burn down large sections of the Fey Forest, which included the kind of shrine that connected the gate, the Feywild, and your guys' plane. And so, in an effort to stop them, Isorel went to a shrine to Mirvorax, where she kind of completed an attunement with the draconic entity that you have stumbled upon many years ago with Vashina, where you kind of got into contact with the soul of Mirvorax, and here you got into contact with its body, and now being able to transform into the very essence that Mirvorax once was. And with that boon now gifted upon you, you went to confront Magla, the Empyrean Firemane, a large, fiery lion creature with phoenix wings, and had a fight which went in your favor until there was kind of a dispute between power of Fiera versus Magla, whose puny spells are stronger, and with his last effort to try and take you down, he summoned the extent of his power, which was a literal sun that started to grow and consume the very arena you were fighting in. And one by one, with an unfortunate failed attempt to incinerate Magla, the sun grew bigger, consumed Icewell, consumed Fiera, killed Eirik, and then Azathia, Icewell's mentor, managed to just barely get you out of the range. Went down himself, but that bit moment of life was enough for Icewell to land the killing blow. And very thematically, with the body of Miavorax, you managed to slay Magla just before it was too late. And luckily, Fiera as well as Azathia succeeded on their saving throws, as both of them had 2 failures. And you would have had 2 people to take care of, which I don't know if you would have been able to revivify both, but you did manage to revivify Eirik, having suffered no major losses during that fight, other than a very traumatic experience. And with that, you got one of Magla's feathers, a Phoenix Fire Feather, which allows you to do various fire things, one of which could potentially be a means to traverse the fire plane, or a means to also combat beings made out of fire, since it gives someone the ability that Magla possessed, which is create radiant fire, which means you would need to have resistance or immunity to both radiant and fire damage, which is extremely rare, unless you're like a golden dragon or some shit. You don't usually see people or creatures with both these kinds of resistances. And that concluded it. And so for the question of the day, what are you now most excited about that you are level 15? I know this question is kind of more geared towards Fiera, I'm gonna be honest, because she's the one who does funky shit all the time. But I also want to hear it from my other party members. And you can give like a quick thing you now expect as you come into the late end game levels of D&D, which I believe is the first time for all of us.
Oh yeah. I think the highest I ever got to was what we played in our first campaign.
What was that?
It's like 7?
Yes, 7 or 6, I think. No, 7. Yeah, I think it was 7.
Yeah, especially for like an ongoing campaign. We are years into now.
Yeah, this is cool.
Yeah.
I'm Greg, playing Eirik Spanner, the Human Artificer, Artifighter. Let's see. I mean, I'll be honest, the access to 4th level spells for me now, taking another level in Artificer, the spells for level 4 are way better than the spells for level 3. Like the usefulness of the level 3 spells for an Artificer is kind of like but then the usefulness for level 4 spells is incredible in my mind. So I'm happy to get a little bump there with more fun things to use.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Done. I gotcha. Yeah, I'm Matt. I'm playing Fiera, the now level 15 wizard. Yeah, I get 2 8th-level spells. I'm excited for both. Although both are wildly dangerous, so I can't wait. Yeah, no, I'm just excited for everything. The fights, the lore, the travel, the items, everything. Everything is so cool now. And that's why I use everything. So I'm not gonna be hoarding anything anymore. We're just gonna go and have fun. Sorry, Faye, but we'll fix you.
Nice.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm Skit, and I play Isarel Leofina, the Druid Cleric. I'm really excited for Isarel's new abilities. Very excited to play around with those. I've picked up some fun stuff with a 10th level in Druid. But I'm also like very excited to get into the deep and of lore and world and all that, and just I'm ready to get my mind blown at every corner, and I'm very excited about that.
Nice.
And what about Jack? What does Jack feel about being a level 15 DM now?
Yeah.
With this party in this world.
Yeah, I mean, gotten far. This campaign, funny enough, or in general, this world is also, I think, more geared towards like super high level things. In fact, because I realized, and that's probably something to do with just in general how I do my art now. Because very often I like draw a monster, I'm like, it looks a little bit too strong for what I wanted it to be. So if I like make it weak, it kind of feels like a little bit whack. If I make it too strong, obviously, I don't want to kill my players. So that was like a ongoing thing, and yeah, I'm just excited for you guys to do epic shit, because that's what this world is made for. It's to do epic shit, confront epic shit, and obviously get epically traumatized every second step you take. But also get a heroic boon every second step you take. So it balances itself out. Yeah, so I'm always happy to see the two steps in this group, which is Eirik and Fiera. Fiera taking the big step towards the crazy shit, and Eirik trying to go back. Kind of like nudging each other forward with the craziness that's going on. Because Fiera is...
And then Israel trying to hold us together without...
Yeah, exactly. So the group doesn't just split apart. We need Israel glue in the middle. Yeah, so I find that very, very amusing. Because it's like watching like a Marvel movie, like Avengers, but you just imagine one of the Avengers is just like a normal dude, and that's Eirik. And he's like, yo, do we have to fight against Thanos? I mean, it's like this Infinity Glove, you know?
What if we just don't?
Yeah, what if we just don't? But meanwhile, he also is capable of like world-changing shit. But he just has the mindset of a normal dude. So I find that very entertaining. Yeah. So I am definitely very, very excited for you guys to see more high-level shit. Because once again, you're in a fraction of a continent, and there's still loads more to explore. But it's funny because yesterday I had one other D&D session, and it was literally just the first 2 hours was me just basically telling the story, because my players just kept asking questions. They were like, oh, how's it? How's it? And ended up just me fucking lore dumping them for 2 hours. I'm like, is this what you want? And they're like, yes. I'm like, okay. And that's fine, I guess. All right. Yeah, and also just a preview, because Jade might be reappearing. So that will unlock an entire new avenue of what has been going on.
We need more choices.
Yeah, definitely the thing that's been missing from this campaign is the lack of choices you guys have. Yeah, and I don't have more to do. Oh, I broke my tradition. Usually I always have a new intro for a level up, but this time I don't. Maybe I'll do one for next episode. We'll see. We will see. You will be able to listen to it next week, or I guess in 1 month when I finish uploading the episode. But for now, we'll just jump right into it. Exciting. Level 50. Lost and scattered, the scars of the age yonder have become the interest of many factions. To bring about peace and serenity through holy light, or to bring about the dawn of blood through sacrificial rituals. The ruins of the old world hold the knowledge and the power which people wish to use to influence and change the world around them. The land is vast and great, and much of the world is still steeped in secrets. Secrets which are buried underneath sunken and forgotten ruins. and after countless calamities, wars, and natural disasters, now in different stages of decay, are the artifacts which hold the potential for peace, but also destruction. Those few which were uncovered are but a fraction of what lies in the world, and with each setting sun, time threatens to keep the lost knowledge and potential hidden forever. Kingdoms rose, religions formed, and wars were fought in the name of the knowledge and power uncovered. And now a new generation of adventurers, heroes and villains have come once again in search for the very artifacts which would reshape the world once again.
The holy light will guide us to an age of serenity and peace, an age of safety and resplendence. As long as our faith does not wane, we are to be granted salvation. It is written so within the scripts which our forefathers found.
Our engines will be fueled by its eternal fire. It may have been used as punishment for those before us, but we shall use it as fuel for the peace ahead of us. We have marched into hell, and the fire we took will create paradise for us. All right, so starting things off right where we left off last time, which is right after the fight. You seem to smell the burning ash from the remnant magics that Magla casted. Your wounds are, were tended to a bit by both Azathia and Isorel, though all of you are still heavily damaged. However, you also made the move to kind of move away from here, as you did see several figures in the distance who seem to be starting to approach towards where Magla resided, and in fear of perhaps getting more attention and possibly another conflict, you decided to leave. Isorel left Mirvorax on top of the throne of Magla as a symbol to anyone who does come here as to what has transpired. And with that, you guys traveled back towards Azathia's grove, where you took a long rest. And I believe you already completed your long rest? Or you were about to complete a long rest, is what I think was doing. Yeah. Yes, and as my New Year lucky charm to you, it goes without any big disturbing troubles. You managed to get your long rest. You can feel the fatigue slowly leave. The Fey Forest seems to also be kind of rejuvenating you in ways you weren't expecting, but at the same time, everything seems to be kind of intrinsically tied to life forces, and so resting here seems to also just your body passively takes in the energy from the surroundings, which makes you kind of feel a little bit better. And as part of that, for every level up, I keep forgetting, the two humans don't care about this, but Iso might, is you get an inspiration.
Yay.
And as you do so...
I also get a new cantrip, which I did not realize I get a new cantrip.
Wow, your cantrip list is so long already. It's
horrendous. I have no idea what I want to add.
Yeah, I wish you luck with memorizing. I'm at 19 spells, but you're probably at like 30.
15, 19, 19, 28, 32.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Yep. Cool.
It's got a lot going on.
Just a few. Just a few. Just a few.
Okay.
Yeah. But as part of you taking your rest here, you can feel noticeably, not only after having defeating such a dangerous enemy, that your entire being, your soul itself, is kind of strengthened from the experience. The potency of your own crafts seems to have kind of also pumped up a bit. And your surroundings itself, can now notice have been slowly, passively changing through the influences of your annihilation fields that have kind of also, over time, gradually grown, but now you can very distinctively see and feel the difference it is making with your surroundings. It is much like, a very slow gradient of music. At the beginning you don't notice it, but at some point you do realize, oh, music is playing, and only then are you like almost able to kind of see and feel it. And you all do that almost like at the same moment as you realize each other's presences, because annihilation fields is obviously there to influence the things around you, which includes your comrades. So, as you all wake up, all in different states of either wariness or rejuvenation, you can see that Azathia has made efforts to present food. Many birds have kind of brought over like tablets made out of wood, where there are like grapes, cherries, salads, and carrots and stuff like that on top of it, and some sugarcane roots that is kind of placed on a table that is close by to you while you were lying on these like soft moss beds that kind of just shaped around you when you kind of crumbled to the floor after your exhausting journey. And he just says,
You're finally awakened. I hope the sleep has tended you all well.
Oh, yes.
Just a few more hours, but yeah.
Oh, boy.
Still feel
that was
charred.
Something. Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling a little extra scaly. Oh, boy.
Interesting. But yeah, once again, we did it. Whatever it is, did good.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, there's no way to know what influence any of these, conquests that we have or that we have on the world. Like, what is happening every time we accomplish something? There's so much out there.
Well, I think I can tell you. You defeated one of the major components responsible for burning down the Fey Forest. If this taken out of the picture, you have successfully managed to reduce the speed by which this Fey Forest is going to burn down. That will allow you to use your magics for much longer. We aren't talking about several years that maybe the entirety of our magic disappears. Now it might take centuries before it happens.
Quite a big change.
Okay, that's an answer to the question. Thank you.
Oh, that's why.
Although ideally we can find a permanent fix, or reignite the light to regrow the tree in full.
Potentially, though, I would still urge caution. It seems like this light has been interpreted in different ways. And we can't be sure which interpretation is the correct one. Your interpretation of the ignition is still open-ended. I would not know what it means to ignite the fire that makes the word tree whole again. I mean, Makla had a very extreme version of the idea of igniting fire. Took it quite literally.
Yes, must find the facts before we can act with, I guess, all resources, but we'll keep digging, and time we'll figure out at the time.
Yes, I believe so too. It is patience, a virtue that would kindly benefit a lot of people to not jump to conclusions in a state of panic as Makla did. The loss of our powers should not make us turn against each other.
Speaking of powers, loss of power, but the gain of power, I'm gonna pull out the feather and just be like, do we have time or resources to just examine this carefully to see if there's anything hidden in it?
Hidden in a feather? I mean, I'll look at it. We can look at it.
I mean, I
Try to
can't do. I
understand
would
it.
just need to. I'd have to attune to my goggles and then. But
Right.
if you can just do.
I'll mage hand it over. Well, no. If you're smarter than that, she will use her own hand and not cast a spell, and then grab the feather, which is not hot, I assume. Before I
Nope, it's warm to the touch.
Okay.
It looks quite spectacular, the feather. Like, it's in a constant state of burning itself away, but then kind of reassembling. And it's just this kind of very rainbowy color. But the most dominant one is obviously orange. You can see the edges always turn into different hues of yellow, blue, purples, and greens as it kind of ignites itself. It's an extremely beautiful feather, and you all, as practitioners of magic, can feel the overwhelming amount of energy that resides within this one feather, as it's, permanently not only burning with like radiance, but also with fiery heat, but also kind of seems to also be able to reassemble itself after it kind of burns itself apart. It is a very unique but almost awe-inspiring spectacle that you kind of witness on this feather, which is decently sized, by the way. It's not like tiny. It's like the feather of like a peacock.
Right.
Yeah.
So phoenixes did exist, is what we're getting at here.
It appears this way. I mean.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
Okay.
yeah, of course.
Okay, you say of course, but growing up, they were fairy tales and, depictions and, not much more than... I've never seen a phoenix.
Well, you...
Fiera, how much of what we have gone through have you seen before?
Oh boy.
And you must also realize that the term fairy tale, you are standing in the very place where these tales were made.
Okay, that's... Yes, okay. Right, so... Yeah, I guess I'll take time to look at the feather and go through its properties, and is there a way for me to figure out if the phoenix is from is like dead, or can I like legend lore it to find out information about the phoenix? Do I have any way of like doing that?
I mean, yeah, whatever tools you have to your disposal, you are open to try.
Geez. Oh boy, I would love to know if the name of the phoenix would be cool, or if they're alive and are going to be coming for revenge to get their feather back. Let me check how much legend lore stuff I have left. Starts with an I. There it is. I have 530 gold worth. The spell takes, I think, 250. I will just have to prepare for today. I have so many spells.
I've got a ton of gold if you need gold.
I wish I could use gold for components. That'd be lovely. Okay, so I have 2 legend lores. There's nothing big I need to use one for, so we can keep one as reserve. Yeah, let's learn about this phoenix if possible. Since I have their feather, it should be something. Yeah, I'll start.
We're gonna
Take
learn
note.
about Magla, basically.
Well, is this from Magda?
Well, no. Like, I don't know much about Maglar specifically, but the legend around him revolves around that he was. Well, Empyrean is a status because you have been blessed by divinity. And so he was blessed by a phoenix. One of his feathers was given by the phoenix itself.
Okay.
Okay. I will try to.
I was like, why do we want to legend lore Magla when we just killed him? But now I understand. The phoenix.
Right. Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll try to get my antennae toward the phoenix, as it were. Magical antennae.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll cast Legend Lore on the feather.
All right. Okay. Very well. So, I guess you can then decide, because you don't have a name. You don't really know what it looks like. It's not a place, but you do have an object, which you can just, in general, cast it on a feather, and maybe you'll get the legend of the feather itself. And once again, it seems to be a very strong magical artifact, so it might have.
What's the feather's name? So I probably identified it.
Yes.
Phoenix feather or
Phoenix fire feather.
Phoenix fire feather.
Phoenix feather. From a phoenix. Okay. Yeah, I'll just focus on this object.
All right. And as you focus your powers on this object right in front of you, you can see, as you kind of place the incense in your typical ritualistic way in order to kind of create a greater attunement towards the magical history of this object and try and see how far back it extends. And indeed, you can feel that there is quite a history behind the feather itself, as the incense burns in a similar flame like the fire that comes from the phoenix itself. The incense glows in this white spectacle of rainbow flames that kind of take hold of it. But once again, it doesn't create an uncanny or uncomfortable heat. It is like a warm embrace that kind of just soothes your soul. It's like drinking a hot cocoa on a cold winter's day, or stepping back home after you've been out at work. It is.
Cocoa.
Yeah, it's a very warming feeling as you kind of attune to it and go back. You can see the feather kind of plucked from a dead corpse from an elf, which happened not too long ago, before it was part of a being who it was given to. You can see this fiery phoenix wings, the wings themselves blessed by the feather that was put inside of the being Magla, the Imperial Fire Main, who wielded and holded this great radiant and fiery being who you can see use this fire. But you can see like a small history of Magla as he kind of almost like a time lapse goes through the ages. You can see parts where he's burning down large portions of the Fey Forest, though this kind of passes and only seems to be a very brief moment of the history of Magla, and instead you see him at the top of a gilded, golden and orange-hued throne, a bright big castle made out of intertwining vines and orange maple leaves, and this very vibrant forest around him. Dozens of happy elves under his liege, kind of living harmoniously within the Fey Forest, as this feathers allowing him to prosper the area he reigned, whose great power, using the fire and life it produces to help the people around him. You can see it traverses even further back where the feather once again gets plucked from him, but not plucked, but basically retaken back of the one that gave the feather to Magla. Magla himself just being a fey lion who was loyal to the cause of one of the courts, the name of which unfortunately you do not learn, other than that the emblem seems to be a fiery symbol of burning vines. But you can see that Magla himself looks to a large, imposing figure that is just made out of fire. You don't see much within the fiery form itself other than two wings that sprout out. Though as you try to focus in and hone on, as this is the purveyor of the feather itself, the form becomes more clear. The light starts to diffuse into a more concrete shape, and the many legends of the phoenix tell you of like a fiery bird that is made purely out of fire. Here you see feathery wings as you would have expected, and they seem very similar to what you saw on Magla himself. However, you do not only see one set of wings, but 8 that go all across a long snake-like body that is all made out of fire. Almost like a Chinese dragon, just with 8 sets of wings all around it. Though the face of it seems to also be made purely out of fire, but has this long, sharp beak, very much similar to that of a raven or an eagle, more specifically, burning at the end of it, instead of that what you would have expected, a dragon head, and this kind of beast of legend. And you can see that even through this legendary creature, the root of this power seems to stem even further and kind of extends and splits. And it seems like somehow this creature was created by 2 separate entities, but that's where your legend lore ends, as the feather does not belong to the creation of the creature itself. And you kind of return back.
Well, I learned nothing. Sorry.
Okay,
I'm
we can
kidding.
leave it here then, I guess.
Yeah, it's just a feather. No, I'll regale that with the tail. But yeah, so even the pictures of Phoenix in books do not live up to what I saw.
Fascinating.
Yeah.
I'll actually give you an Arcana check,
Oh boy.
just to kind of distill some of the information you just got into things Fiora would understand.
Oh, I never warmed up my dice. Okay.
Oh, jeez.
No, 27 was a -1. You understand very innately that this is obviously like a... whatever this feather or this creature came from is strictly divine in nature. Like a very, very purely celestial being who this feather belonged to. So, obviously, whether good or bad, that's always up for interpretation, but this seems to have stemmed directly from divinity itself, and however you position yourselves towards divinity, it seems to be directly linked to it. It is much like getting the feather of an angel, for example. If a phoenix can be considered an angel, but that, of course, Holy Religions would say is heretical, but others may not. But that's something you very, very clearly understand. And also kind of understand how the fire itself works, because it's obviously literal divine power. That's why it has, quote-unquote, similar to the elemental chrysalises, and almost infinite amount of energy it can take from to rejuvenate itself. And with that, you also understand innately, just as cross-referencing for Fiera, yeah, the phoenix most definitely should still be alive. I mean, you would assume that if the phoenix would die, probably his feather would die. Or as long as one of the feathers is still alive, the phoenix is still alive. The power from this feather seems to be able to give life, even when it's gone.
Interesting.
And that's kind of the idea of a phoenix, is that it's basically immortal in every way. But you also see demons that can basically annihilate power itself, even if it's divine. So as long as it didn't get eaten by a demon, you're pretty sure it should be alive.
Well, a quest of fire. We have to go meet this phoenix.
Let's add it to the list of never-ending things we want to do.
Oh man. Yep.
Well, yeah, there's quite a feather that we have to make sure nobody else can misuse.
Do we have time right now to let me attune to this?
I need a few more hours, maybe a day or two. So, also we do have to make the key for the Feywild, so we can more easily come back. Azrael, I don't know if you and your mentor can go find something we can make a key out.
I'm sure I can find something, yes, that could be used to make the fork.
I feel like everything here has a strong attunement, but everything is also alive, so that's kind of awkward.
No, I completely understand. I can definitely let me make sure. Hold on, I need to. Okay, yep. I need to roll a d6 for my Staff of the Woodlands to know how many charges I get back. Alright, that's pretty good.
You get, in fact, 10 because you're in the Feywild.
Yay! Ooh. So I'm all good. I got all of it, but I also have my Eye of Silvers that gives it to me for free. Yeah, so I'm gonna go around and speak with a couple of plants or something and see if one of them is willing to give us a piece of them. Ask permission before
it does have to be
take
certain
something.
Gold amount. I don't know how gold works in the Fey.
Yeah, just make a nature check. Oh, actually, no, Arcana, because it's your highest thing. And
2,000 gold.
Me?
It has
Okay.
to be 2,000 gold.
Okay, hold on. Here. Arcana.
Oh.
Plus 80. That's fucking insane. Yeah. Yeah, easily enough. Obviously, anything from the Feywild in mortal terms would be worth a lot of gold if you manage to convince someone that's from here. And in fact, Fair isn't entirely wrong with that. Almost everything here is very innately attuned to the Feywild, because that is literally it. So you just find certain materials that are kind of easy to harvest, and also that don't just immediately break or crumble apart. So the difficulty lies in just finding either sturdy rock or maybe some exposed ore. Those do exist here as well. And you eventually do. And Ezephan obviously would help you as well, because you've also kind of mentioned that to him. And he's been side listening, kind of eardropping now and again. And would take you to once again, almost like a river. And he actually takes you to the edge, quote unquote, literal edge of this branch that you're on. And you can see that the river kind of flows off the edge and seems to just drop into what you now see is space. And as you kind of look down the drop and the edge of this branch, you can still see that some of the trees curl to the side as it kind of just rotates around as you're on this large spiral suspended in the atmosphere of the plane you just came from. And you have this beautiful view of your continent that you're kind of almost floating above, as if you're like on a spaceship from far away. And that's where you also realize, I saw with your passive kind of perception, that you've seen these routes when you were on your astral trip with Illintrix. And now that you're a little bit even higher up, and you can see different threads coming out from the continent. Though the view here is a little bit more obscured, and you seem to always be within direct sunlight of where the sun is. So there seems to be some magical things happening here. It isn't like a exact geolocation, but you are definitely above the continent itself and can see that. And there also on the side, there seem to be more rocks jutting out, where Elentrix kind of gathers a couple. You can see they have like this very shiny coat on the outside. And depending how the angle towards the light is, it kind of reflects different colors. And you kind of get like a bunch, hoping it's enough, and bring them back to Fiera. As Fiera, you just get a bunch of shiny rocks that to a collector might seem invaluable, but to you they're just shiny rocks.
Perfect. I assume we can. Eric, you can put these together like a puzzle.
I sure can. This is great coincidence. Well, I'm going to cast Stone Shape.
Ooh.
And I'm gonna make a fork out of the rock that was just brought back.
Yeah.
Oh.
He does
Nice.
exactly that. And slowly but surely molds it into a... And you can describe it further, because I remember the last one you made also had the Fate Weaver symbol inside of it. Are you doing anything, or are you making it look identical to the first one you made? Or anything special there?
It's gonna... I'm gonna try to keep the same sort of thematic, look to these things. But because it's all chunks of rock, instead of being smooth like the way that I did the last one, I want the rocks to be like... It like looks like individual pebbles all stuck together, so it's just a bunch of little balls.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, so but like I'll have them all like rounded nicely. They're very well, carved and smoothed, and same thing though with the picture of the Fate Weaver symbol on the bottom. But yeah, just very nicely carved, smooth, polished rocks.
Well, that is a lot simpler than what we did before.
Welcome to the land of people who can shape rocks.
Apparently. Good job. Yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Cross that off the list. Wonderful.
It's crazy how we haven't been able, and I say we not as in the three of us, but like we as in like Chaldeans, we haven't been able to travel to the Feywild for so long. And now us, the Fate Weavers, are going to be able to just go in and out like we want.
Yep.
Hopefully. Hopefully.
It's funny. It's yeah. Can just cross that off my list of things to do.
Well, I'm sure we'll have to come back. The more we find out, the more we need to explore, and the more contacts we need to make.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess, Isaac, do you know of a court that has to do with fiery bramble-like vines?
Let's see. He says, yes, there are a lot of courts that were dedicated or pray to the sun, and they have often fiery emblems to their name. The courts itself, they are largely separated into 4 main courts, or, well, there are 4 main group of courts. There are courts of the moon, there are courts of the dream, there are courts of the land, and courts of the sun. And these 4 major courts are what govern, or used to at least govern, the Feywild. I believe, if I remember correctly, the Fire and Vines might be the Pyrelis court, if I remember correctly, but our connection to many different courts have, shattered since, well, the literal shattering of the World Tree, and many of them
Right.
formed new ones in an attempt to take control, while some others disappeared as they got annihilated by said shattering.
Weren't we told the name of the sun once upon a time? Is that a thing? Anybody remember the name of the sun? I'm pretty sure we were told it. I don't know where I would have put that. I don't think I'll be able to find it.
I mean, just make a history check.
Yeah.
I have the name of the moons.
Okay. 16, okay.
Yeah, it's Stelvarus.
Stelvarus?
Yes, it's all spelled together, but 2 L's. So ST.
Oh, there it is. Okay, yeah, I wrote it down.
Yeah.
Stelvarus. Okay. I should legend lore that one day. Not today, though. Okay. So next on our agenda, I still need rest, but we have the key, and we have more time here than back home, apparently. So we should do that. And then we need to go back and find the entrance to the plane of nature, which might take research. Because I think all I got from the vision was, probably wrote down. Forest, tree opening, brooks and rivers, fountains of water into the sky, instead of crashing down, and there's a vine-covered doorway with briars and thorns. You would think that would be here, but no. And I don't suppose either of you know where water goes into the sky?
Your guess is just as good as mine. At this point, I would say Australia, because they're directly under us.
Australia. Oh, such an exotic name.
Yes, and they have unique accents that are wonderful.
Yes.
I must visit this place someday.
Yes. Anyways, so I guess give me a few hours and trial.
Yeah, I'm gonna go attuned to the feather first, but sure.
Yeah. Okay. And I think I summoned. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I summoned Gladmer. I was trying to think because I'm trying to figure out what spells to memorize each and every day. We have the lantern. What do we think about giving that to Glamour? That way he can use it in combat if ever needed, and we won't forget about it.
Yeah, I'm all for giving him something. I mean, just to make him feel useful.
Well, not just that, so that we can, have something useful on the battlefield as well. For Fiera, so she doesn't have to keep casting light on herself.
Yes. Oh, okay. Yes. You are very useful, Glamour. Not that you need magic items.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I can smell the faint hint of sarcasm in your voice. Just you wait. When I get boots, I shall grow to tremendous heights.
And then we need to give you a
Yeah.
tiny little saber and this really nice floppy hat with a feather, and you'll be a Puss in Boots.
Wait, how did you know what I wanted to? That's not fair. You spoiled my idea. God
We've all
damn
read
it.
the book.
Damn it. I thought that was like something only Tabaxi read. It's weird if humans read it. Why, are you into furry little creatures?
Yes, very much so. Yes.
Damn it. All right. Well, I'll have to find a different costume, I suppose.
I mean, we can get you like a tray of lasagna or something. Maybe.
I'll take a pass on that one. I mean, the legends of Fieldgar are very, gluttonous. I don't prescribe to that. I do take care of my bodily shape, not like
Jesus.
that orange lunatic. Maybe I will go into the direction of the cat prince. Yes.
Oh, okay.
I can also create a little mouse that you can chase forever without ever catching.
Now that
No,
sounds...
he could catch it for sure.
That is what awaits me in heaven. I don't want it now. Don't take my reward before I even get there.
Or another thing that we can do is I can make my familiar into a dog about the same size of
No.
you, and then Fiera and
No.
I just glue you
No.
two together,
Oh, no.
and you work together.
My
Oh,
God, that's a
no,
callback.
please.
That's a callback.
Help!
Holy cow.
Help!
Anything is possible. I mean,
I am surrounded by lunatics. Let's
What
have
about
a...
a hat that's like really tall and has red and white stripes on it?
Oh, come on now.
Yes.
Ooh, I was supposed
And
to
a big
entertain
bow
children.
tie.
Oh, no.
Yeah.
now, I think that one's actually real.
It is real. It's one of the greatest thieves on the continent. It goes to children's birthdays, pretends to be very kind, and then at the end of the day, you don't have your money anymore, and your jewelry's gone. Who do you think inspired me
Kids are
to...
entertained.
Yeah, entertained, I guess. If you find a cat in a hat entertaining.
Yeah.
Now, what's the combination with
You know,
red and white stripes? I mean, come on, that's not glamorous at all.
Glamour, to me, you're really just acting grumpy right now.
Maybe I am. Let a cat
Well,
be
he did.
grumpy once in a while.
Get burned alive by the sun, so.
Yeah, how does that feel, huh? I bet it felt really nice. You want it to happen again every time you pop out? New experience getting disintegrated by hornets, demons. What's next? A lasagna? I'm gonna get cooked into a lasagna? Oh no.
Yep.
Tempting. Anyways, how do the days work here? Is there a time? Is it night ever?
No. This part of the Feywild is always exposed to the sun. That's why all courts that were on the top layer of the Feywilds belong to the Court of the Sun. And we have the underside of the branch, which belongs to the Court of the Moon.
Interesting. Okay. Well, let's reconvene in, let's say 12 hours. Do whatever you want. Rest, relax, explore. And 12 hours, we will open the door.
Sounds good.
Okay. I plop down and start working on my burns. Just putting like sesame seed oil on it or something. I don't know.
You want some mayo? I got some mayo.
No, I think I'd probably break out if I put that on.
Just offering.
Mm.
All right. As you all then take your continued rest, is there anything anyone would like to do in particular during these 12 hours?
Yeah, I'll attune to my feather and see what happens if I, get any new things reaching out to my brain or something. I don't know.
Yeah, attunement
Oh no.
goes pretty quick. Only takes 15 minutes, and as you do so, you attune normally towards it, as with kind of any other, but you do immediately feel as the kind of feather somewhat burns away, and just kind of the kind of embers itself just kind of place themselves into your skin. And you can see that at the edges of your arms, like tiny little feathers come out of the sides of where you now also have scales on your arms. So you have like tiny little feathers on the side of your arm. That at the same time also is continuously kind of burn away, but then kind of reshape themselves. But you also notice that as you kind of just feel yourself, you can see your annihilation field is now somewhat strengthened with the newly found power that this feather is imbuing you with. And as you kind of cast any fire spells, you can see that the feathers kind of extend a little bit, giving you like tiny wings that immediately burn away. But you also notice this is just another kind of visualization of your annihilation field. And you can, if you want to kind of diminish it and let the feathers go away, or willingly kind of cause them to grow a bit. They don't have any, once again, active effects, but it just seems to be an extension of the power you just have, having been attuned to this kind of fiery thing. Which is not what you assume Magla did with his phoenix wings, that they probably were normal wings, but they got this fiery look from this feather as part of his annihilation field. So,
Nice.
yeah, you can add that to your...
I'm going to tuck the feather into the breast pocket.
Well, it disappeared. It kind of burnt away and just kind of...
Oh, it disappeared completely.
Yeah, it disappeared
Okay.
completely.
I thought it was left with just the burned feather. Okay, cool. Yeah, never mind.
Yeah. Which you also notice, like, it literally can't be taken from you unless you die.
Cool.
So you don't have to worry about
That's actually a good feature.
Yeah, it can't be
Can't
stolen.
be stolen.
Yeah. So you do that, and then Fiera and I, so you can see Eric kind of sprouting wings, and then they just burn away. Kind of like, cool. Yeah, I guess you got a new skin unlocked. Anything from Fiera or Isabel, or sorry, if that was all you wanted to do, Eric?
That was the only thing on my mind. I'm going to keep thinking, but
Yep.
go ahead.
Mine's kind of complicated.
As always.
So yeah, so I have some time. I just need to get rid of this exhaustion. But I have resources to spend right now. And in the fight, when I reached out on the verge of death, I found nothing. So I want to make myself an olive branch to other Fieras. I want to try to extend the resources I have that I'm not expending at the moment, kind of into, I assume, my shadow. I don't know how to do that. I probably know parts of it at the most. So for like 4 hours, I'm just gonna like meditate, focus on myself, my other selves, and try to almost like wordlessly, more like, I don't know, out of instinct, just here's what my knowledge, my spellcraft abilities. If you need help, take it, kind of thing.
Okay, make a straight intelligence check.
Okay. Ooh,
Wow, even with a
Pretty
-2 and 19. Crazy.
-2? Should be -1.
Why -1?
Or is that -2?
That's -2.
Because I only have one exhaustion.
Yeah, that's -2. Per level, you get -2. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
It's pretty bad. Yeah, it's pretty bad. So, 5
Yes.
points of exhaustion, that was -10 all the way. Yeah, you kind of like try and sit down and focus on the kind of aspects, various shadow versions of yourself that might wish to kind of reach out towards you. And the kind of calm environment of the Feywild, though seemingly sometimes very chaotic, but it seems like the grove of Azathia has quieted down, or at least he's managing it so none of the kind of crazy shit comes through.
Yep.
And you manage to kind of, as you're just sitting there, you focus on the shadows you're casting here, which aren't many, since seemingly the entire Feywild is like very brightly illuminated, but shadow still exists wherever light does, somewhere, even if you can't see it and you can't feel it. And you can just feel almost as if your shadow is just this pit, an endless pit that you could fall into, with the endless possibilities of all the things that could create this shadow. It's not only you, Fiera. Even a stone shaped or carved in your shape could cast a Fiera shadow. And as you're kind of reaching inside, trying to give to other people, to try and reach out to other possibilities that might want your help, you feel this tremendous amount of greed, of will, that needs this power that you are giving. And as you kind of reach out an arm to give, you only have one arm, but there are 1,000 that want it, and they all kind of snap to it at the same time, wanting to just kind of pull you down, but in the last moment you manage to kind of escape and pull your hand back as you realize you very well can give your power, but you realize in a space where there are infinite versions of yourself that want that power, you can only give it to one. And right now you have no way of like deciding how or what difference it would make if you save one reality while the 9,999 others are still greeding for it. And that's how you understand why it's so difficult to get things from other realities, because you are kind of always somewhat stealing. So you have to find a way to kind of filter through the greed that you feel, because there are many greedy Fieras out there who are desperately trying to get that power that you're willing to give. And they're all fighting for it.
Interesting. Yeah, that sounds like something that takes time. Okay, I guess for now, since I mean, yeah, how long would it take to go through 9,000 Fieras? I will just try to give it to like the closest or like the easiest, the path of, you know, I don't know, least resistance, I guess.
All right. You have an established connection, so you don't have to roll for that. You just have to make an insight check.
Okay. Insight myself. Okay.
Yeah.
Come on.
Damn.
Okay.
18.
Good rolls. Good rolls.
Yeah, as you're kind of staring down this pit, and this is obviously everything metaphorically speaking, you aren't literally looking there, but you can, as you're meditating, like feeling all of these grasping hands that are, you know, trying to climb out. And obviously it's extremely difficult to differentiate between, you know, very arrogant greeds and just, you know, what's it called? Earnest desperation. And you're trying to find some Fiera that is earnestly desperate and is in need of this power right now.
Ideally, yeah.
They, you know, from the distance and seeing just this expanse of darkness, and, you know, you haven't tapped in very often into this very specific realm where you are confronted with all the different versions of yourself. However, as you kind of siphoning through them, you do notice that obviously you being aware of this, some other Fieras are also aware of this. And so you do find a handful of hands stretched out that aren't desperately grabbing out. Though you can still feel desperation in the way that they are hoping to receive your power, you notice that they very much understand that if they were to confront themselves, they wouldn't do it with malice, but with kindness. And so not all Fieras kind of resort to the desperation of whatever situation they're in, but some of them still try to communicate with kindness even in a desperate situation. And you choose one of them to give them your power. However, as you kind of give them your power, you can still see almost it's like dropping a glowing coin down a dark cave. All hands immediately try and reach for it and kind of just tear apart the one shadow you wanted to give it to, ripping it to shreds in their greed as it malforms and almost this malicious monster that kind of just curls together into the darkness before these infinite arms stretch out again. That even when reaching out to the one, there's still the entities of the thousands others that still kind of are able to influence each other. And that's where you truly notice the danger of your capabilities, because if you're able to reach out to them, they can reach out to each other and thusly steal from each other. So now you know you have to now also not only find a right one, you also have to be able to separate them in order to give them whatever you wish to give them.
Oh boy. Well, that feels bad. There's a lot of bad fears. Who knew? Agreed. Okay, I'll try to finish my rest knowing how horrible I can be.
Yeah, you kind of open your eyes, see Arik is having fun with his new abilities. You see Glamour is sketching something with his paws. And from that we'll switch over to Icewell. Anything you would like to do specifically?
I would most likely be walking around the grove, not too far, and just gathering, I guess, stuff to rebuild my pouch, and also make sure that I have all of the elements that I need, but also bring back some stuff that I think could be good to have in our plane that are from the Feywild, but also being super communicative with the elements. So asking permission before I take a piece of bark, or just trying to, I don't want to say commune with nature exactly, but you get what I mean. Try to be respectful of the place that I'm in, and understanding that I am a guest, and that I could very well be killed by whatever is around here very, very easily.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's pretty much what I would be doing. Being overall a good guest in the Feywild, but also just having fun plucking things and communicating with all sorts of nature that I'm super happy about, because I know that everything here is alive, so I know that if I talk to them, they're going to answer to me. And I'm just super happy about it.
Yeah.
Clearly Isorel is having the best time of her life right now.
All right, you can make one nature check for me.
Yes. Nature.
25. Yeah, you go throughout, collect different bits and bobs, can fill your own spell component pouch once again, and roll me a d6.
D6.
Okay, you find in total 10 gold piece worth of spell components, which can be used for any spell component.
Ooh.
Since you're literally farming the things that your spells are made out of. So obviously taking some of these things you can use for spell components.
All right.
In a less infernal way as with the netherite torment crystals that you have.
Yeah.
So you can add those.
All right.
Oh. I guess when you're searching around, do you think you could find something for me? For
Yes,
these
I can.
spells?
I can.
So I need pieces of onyx, the stone.
Let me see here.
I assume it's in the Fae.
Yeah, let me. All right. Let me see what I can do.
Sure. Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, you can. I guess you can actually make another. What's it called? Nature check for that, as she mentions.
Okay. I was gonna perhaps maybe use also commune with nature to like communicate with the surroundings to like I know it's only like 300 feet radius, but I would assume that nature communicates with itself, so it could point me in the direction, because it says that one of the things I can ask is the most prevalent kind of plant mineral or beast. So it could ask like, is there an onyx deposit somewhere, like, or what is the direction of the closest onyx deposit or something. So basically helping myself with communicating with the ground around me.
Hell yes, then you can definitely do that. And
Okay.
you would learn from kind of the communication, and it's not like words that come into you as nature
Yeah,
itself
it's more
is-
like feelings and yeah.
Yeah, and you don't get any feelings of onyx being here. In general, there seems to be a lack of like gems or like rare or like in general minerals, as you feel like that is something very native to your home plane, as obviously through tectonic movements and other stuff, and just time in general, how things decay in the material plane. That's how often gems are formed. That process doesn't exist on the Feywild. Everything here is natural and kind of imbued with its own essence, and so gemstones, unless created through magical means, don't really exist. And so you're kind of left with just like, sorry, we don't have this, basically, from the Feywild talking back to you.
I'll communicate that to Fiera. So we'll have to wait to be home to gather that. And I don't think that my druid crafting is strong enough to make some for you. I could probably make some chips or something, but I'm sure if you're asking me for it, you need like a bigger amount.
Don't think I actually need it just says a shard. How big is a shard? Is it like
It's like, you
Yeah,
know, a
it's-
sizable.
yeah. It's probably more than what I am able to just create out of thin air.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Sounds like a trip to the mines then.
Yep.
Huh? I could use a few. Okay.
Oh, I mean, if Alex part of the conversation, you can definitely make a history check, since you did do some digging in literal like gemstones and minerals in your past. Research. 24.
Jesus.
Oh, wow, man, the world's crazy. Yeah, literally, onyx is one of the kind of more, how should we call it, naturally occurring gemstones that can be found. And however, they are very, very deep beneath the earth is where they are usually found. And you also kind of somewhat remember that in Hostfan, unless you were in that one gems store, that you think you saw some black gemstones. You aren't quite sure if it was onyx, but you feel like that's definitely a best bet to go to, since they're the Koich mines send a lot of their stones that they get there, so that is obviously one of them. Yeah, so that's something that immediately comes to your mind. And obviously you read, yes, onyx is one of the many gemstones. Almost every gemstone that is known comes from the Koich mines.
Okay, well, back home then.
Alright. Then if there's nothing else major you guys wish to do, I would say you successfully complete your rest as you're kind of just waiting and chilling here. Azathia now at some point will kind of like come to you guys at the end of your rest, obviously. And he would say, and if you're about to leave, just, well, leave from the Feywild back to the home plane, just let me know. I would... I don't know if you know, but obviously, I assume Iserel has told you, but time is a little bit different here, and it is very strange in how it, well, forms and shapes. It's one of the ways that the Feywild keeps itself, you know, protected from outer influences, is that it's not very malleable to outside time. So depending how and which way you leave can heavily influence how much time actually has passed in the real world. If that makes sense. So, for example, if you leave at some point, let's say you leave now through just making precautions on how you leave, and I would leave 10 seconds later, it could still be that I arrive before you in the material plane and would only see you 10 years later. Now this is
So now you understand why I am 100 years older than what I'm supposed to be.
This is a extreme example. It's just to illustrate the potential fluctuations that can happen.
Yes.
We deal with extremes all the time, so that's actually fair.
That's very right.
We just have to be careful when we decide to go home on how we go home and when we go home.
Right.
Is there any risk of the group of us splitting while we travel?
I don't believe if you are using the same magic that is transporting you, it should be fine. It's only if
Okay.
So, for example, if we were to use the fork and Azathia goes and use the portal, he could end up coming back to the material plane 10 years before us because it's taking longer via the fork, or vice versa, or like whatever. There's so many ways of traveling through planes, and they all take different times to travel. And with the Feywild being wild, it seems like it's random, but when you know how it works, you know how to use it so it doesn't,
Understood.
hurt you too bad.
Right.
Because
sure.
will be different. Home will be different when we get home. That's all I can tell you.
Yeah. Yeah. Fun.
Yes, that's why.
Okay.
Just before you decide to go towards your own plan, just let me know so I can ensure that, depending on what you wish, of course, if you want a lot of time to pass by, then by all means go ahead. But
Probably the opposite.
alright, then most important that you come back, because
It would be bad if we got back and our continent was ruled by devils, and Tiamat was already arisen, and we missed it.
Then we just come back here and forget everything.
And just live here forever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So yeah. Okay.
very well.
Well, yeah. I think our plan is just finish this rest, go enter a grave, do that. Whatever's inside, deal with it. Yeah, we don't know what's going to happen, I guess. But we'll let you know when we leave.
Alright, I obviously wish you all the greatest of luck on your grave journey, I guess is how I should call it.
Literally, yeah.
Very well. I shall keep the grove nice and tidy so for when you return, in case you need to rest again. I shall be staying here.
Very probably pretty likely.
Alright, then I shall prepare some. Maybe things that can lift any ailments that you might get from wherever you're going.
Perfect, yes.
He's just gonna take the steps back and just looks at you all expectingly to see how you're going to journey.
Yep. Okay, so anything we need to prepare before going in? Specifically?
How are we supposed to know that?
Is there anything?
All we know is that Astaniel was likely, I would think, like Lichnius-esque.
Oh,
Divine
by the
and-
way, with my newfound power, I decided to add another type of damage to my arsenal. So there's this little thing that I can do now that's going to deal a lot of cold. I took the frostbite cantrip.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I also
got
wanted
it,
to ask,
okay.
did you always have the +2 chain shirt? Or did that... I forgot where you
Yes.
got that.
I bought it.
Oh yeah, from in the Zephyr.
Yes, I bought it. I bought it. Yes. Oops. My armor class is way too high, though. I need to remove it. Okay, cool.
It's
Better.
a wild shape.
Yeah.
That's why.
Yeah, that was my wild shape bonus for some reason. No, that's right. But that's because I was I was the dragon and then I wasn't.
Yeah.
So I need to remove that.
Ah, I see. Alrighty then. Yeah, I guess what do you do? Just stand there, look at each other awkwardly.
Am I able
Yes.
to rest again?
Oh yeah. You've completed your rest.
Exhaustion.
There doesn't seem to be
I have
any
rest a lot.
thing for change. Which,
Resting is my hobby.
as rules forbid, what you just did in the last 24 hours is absolutely impossible. But you know, we are kind to the long rests. Only doing one every 24 hours also seems a little bit hard. Man, that would make the difficulty so much crazier. I just realized if you can't.
Oh, we'd have to slow down.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there would be nothing going on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just constant stress, like looking left, right. Oh, it's just still
Yeah.
5 hours before we can take our rest again. Oh shit.
As if as a human being, you were not able to take a an accidental 7-hour nap and then be awake for about 3 hours and then go back to bed for another 12 hours, which I did not do last weekend.
Of course.
That
No, she
wasn't
didn't.
me.
She didn't.
I'm
Not a
just
real life
saying. I'm
example.
just saying. I'm just saying.
Someone
It's impossible to happen
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
because that's absolutely what I did.
Of course.
Um.
Okay.
All right. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'll throw up the buff just in case we expect combat. I'll put alacrity in all three of us, so we're nice and fast. Mage armor on myself. Are you coming, Glamour? You probably should. You'll see something interesting, I'm sure.
I do appreciate that you put in the effort to pretend like I have a choice in this. So thank you for that. But we all know that I don't. So yes, I shall be coming with to see what crazy shenanigans. But to be fair, I am a little bit curious because angels and stuff. From what I've heard, they're
Right.
like glamorous beings. I mean, I hope I don't disappear before I see it. So please, this is my wish towards you.
Oh, can I help with that? I probably could. I do have a spell that gives hit points. I never use it because I also have a necklace that gives hit points.
Well,
I guess do one of you have aid, and can it go to glamour, or do you have to upcast it?
I do have a spell that if I put it up, nothing can get past like a 10-foot radius around me. So if Glamour's standing next to
give him a
me,
shield. Yeah,
yeah.
which I guess I probably should do. So yeah, I'll cast a spell, put it in a bead, give it to Glamour, put it in one of his pouches. This is Resilience Sphere. Protect yourself, protect us. I'll leave it up to you.
Oh, definitely myself. All right. Thank you very much. Is it? But I have promised that I shan't complain anymore, since I do get to name you guys as Bastion whenever that happens.
I forgot about that. Oh,
So, with pride,
Yes.
I stride into the crypt of the Angel of Pride. Yes, I definitely didn't spend the last 6 hours trying to come up with that, so let's get going.
okay.
Cool.
You're better with Chloe.
Do you think before we travel to this new place, we can have a little bit of a bathroom break? Because my bladder is scared of this travel.
Yes, that was the exact moment where I wanted to take the break when you step
Awesome.
inside.
And I take out the
'cause-
key and I put it in, and
All right, then that's where we're gonna take our break. So I'll see you guys in a quick sec.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
And we are back. Okay, so after Isaro takes a quick pee break and comes back, Fiera, you take out the key shaped like a sword with a sun at the end, and kind of basically you have to focus on it, kind of put your energy a bit in, and you can feel how the magic basically resonates with your own and activates, and as you kind of push it forward, it seems to just like slide into space itself, after which it disappears. If someone would be looking from the side, they would see that the key itself would kind of just vanish, after which you can feel some resistance, Fiera, and just feel the instinct to turn it to unlock it, where you hear this very slight echo of some lock being unlocked as you turn the key. And in that moment, you can see a quick flash of light. Everyone else can also see as this slit just kind of carves its way through space. And then shortly after that, you can still see this slit still brightly illuminating the area in front of you, and then slowly pushes itself open to like this oval shape that now just kind of looks like a translucent golden mirror that is kind of shimmering reflecting what you see. You can see yourselves, but it almost seems like liquid. And the key completely disappears and basically creates this portal.
Well, I'm impressed. Yeah, let's go. And I'll stride forward into the liquid mirror.
Very well. And as you see, Fia kind of just steps inside, and as she comes into contact, it actually ripples as if it was made out of even more like, it seems like very thick, like molten metal, kind of, and it still reflects very clearly as Fia steps inside and merges into it. And Fia, you feel like, as if you're like going through fizzy water. You can feel like tingles across your entire body, sparkling as you go and step through and then vanish into the gold beyond, as Isabel and Ivy, you stand behind and see Fia vanish.
I'll follow her. Follow her. Voice crack, sorry.
Yeah. And you all step inside one after the other, feeling the fizzy sensation coming across your body as the sounds of the Fae Forest behind you disappear. And as you walk through, it literally feels physically like you are forcing your way through a very heavy liquid, as if you're kind of swimming through thick mud. Your arms feel the resistance, and you can feel the very fizzy nature. Maybe it's just your body reacting to the magic here before, as a brief moment, you kind of touch air again as you kind of exit. You don't feel wet or moist from this experience, but you kind of step inside. Pharaoh, you're the first one, and your feet land on solid ground. It's a little bit soft as you realize it's earth covered with a bit of grass. And as you step inside, you see around you, funny enough, something very similar to where you just came from. It seems to be a grove. Just a very beautiful natural space, but there's no insanity going on here like in the Fae Forest. Instead, these seem to be more natural, normal trees that grow within your home plane as well, though you can very clearly see that some of them are kind of ethereal, made out of complete light. The bark is see-through and it's producing a little bit of light. The leaves themselves glow with a golden hue, and you can see how spectral versions of these leaves kind of just float down slowly, creating almost this trickle of golden light, illuminating the space around you. And in a brief moment, you can hear and also feel your two compatriots join in, and then also your smaller one, Glamour, also step inside as they all kind of start awing the view here. And the grass is green. It's a very nice, warm temperature. The sky is completely vibrant blue, much bluer than it is in your home plane, with lots of clouds, white, fluffy, big ones just floating all around. And you're in the middle of this not super dense forest, but kind of foresty area with these very seemingly magical trees that give off this light. The other thing you all immediately notice is everything looks a little bit fake in a way, because you notice there's a lack of shadows. And it's kind of the effect of the Feywild just kind of turned up to max, where everything is illuminated equally from all sides. And so you don't see any visible shadows being casted, because everything either gives off light or is being illuminated from everything, as if kind of the bounce light created here is very luminous itself. Though if you like put your hands together like this, obviously you do still cast shadow, and you can see darkness within it, but it just seems like everything is giving off faint bits of light. So you don't see dark spots, you only see less bright spots, if that makes any sense. And as you kind of get your bearings, you will also immediately notice right in front of you in this open grove, standing on the earthen ground with a bit of grass surrounding it, 3 pillars in front of you, but they seem a little bit distance away, maybe like 30 feet or so. And the grove itself kind of extends to like a 60-foot radius, not bigger than that.
So far, so good.
Right. I guess before we do anything, I kind of would like to look around and see what we're in. Because going by the passage on the key, their form will appear under certain circumstances. But we are in a tomb, so I'm gonna look around. And I kind of just
Okay,
start
don't go
rolling.
too far.
I start going too far.
Yes, you can gladly make a perception or whatever check you would like to do as you're inspecting this surroundings here.
God, what am I looking for specifically? I want to see if there's like, I don't know, anything that gives off the personality of Estanio, like effects, anything to tell us about them. Is there paper? Is there stuff carved into the stone pillars? Is there stuff on the ground that says, oh, this is a walking path, or I don't know. I want to get the vibe of Estanio.
All right. Yeah, you look around. There don't seem, at least in the immediate vicinity of this grove, to be any distinctive marks or letters or languages which would very evidently or obviously portray the kind of personality of Estanio. But approaching the pillars, you do see that there are things on it, and there's also scripture on the pillars themselves. Though now that you get a little closer, it's more like pedestals less than pillars. It's kind of like a round shape but has a flat edge, as if something can be put on there or it was meant to hold something. And you can see one of them, there's just a empty pedestal, but there's a slit in the top of it, as if you could put something inside. That's the left furthest one. In the middle you can see one that has a nest on it that is golden and kind of carved and made. And on the right one you can see that there is a statue of a fox on it, but not a big one, just the size of a regular fox that seems to be kind of looking off to the side. But you can see that the fox itself is adorned in like very beautiful clothing. You immediately see Glamour kind of poke up at the clothing and say, oh wow, I like that style. But made out of stone, obviously, the statue of the fox. And you can see that there is a script written on kind of a small plaque that is on the very frontmost side of each pedestal. And I believe you can read Celestial?
I can.
Yes, then under the one with the slit, you can very clearly read, the faithful knights protect its sword. The one underneath the nest, it says, the watchful owl hides its home. And underneath the fox, you can see, the prideful fox won't leave its den.
Interesting. I'll pass that along. Well, I don't know if I want to say that out loud. I will take out my just regular workbook and write it down, and I'll just pass it to Eirik. Read this. Don't say it yet, and then give it to Ezra. It's just the scripture on each of the plaques.
Pass it along.
Okay. And I'm guessing that was not written in common.
No. So 3 pillars, 3 stories.
3 of us.
That could be a coincidence. It could not be. I
Do I not
if I
count?
remember right. It's like Okay, we're up to 4.
Thank you.
It can 5 out there, so 6 people could technically enter. I don't know if it would accommodate for the number of people. I guess, do you want to look at the nest, Azrael? See if there's... I guess it looks... See if it's actually gold?
I can.
Well, okay. If there's an owl... Hides in this... So there may be something under the nest.
Or inside the nest.
And it's watchful. So it might be being watched currently, which would make sense. The fox won't leave its den. To me, that looks like a companion, kind of like Glamour. So maybe Saniel had a similar situation.
Possible.
And then sword just makes sense. Although if we do something bad, I'm sure the sword might turn against us. So is it 3 different trials to see their form? That would make sense to me. You shall not die within my realm, but only honor and pride shall see my form. Okay.
Like we have to answer questions or something and always get the right answer.
Honor and pride shall see my form. Pride might lead to the fox, honor might lead to the sword. If this person was a knight, knights usually have duels. And I assume you duel for honor. Ah, boy. And how do you show pride? That's a good question. Won't leave its
I mean, not to. I don't want to insult anyone, but if someone is prideful here, that would be Glamour. He knows all about pride and all that.
That's not insulting. I take that as a compliment. Thank you, Isabel.
I think she was
Proves the
talking about
point.
insulting us.
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
We're not the most prideful people, to be honest. I mean, not that we don't have pride, but we're not the ones that are going to show it the most.
Yeah, you're too humble.
So-
You should brag a bit more, you know?
Okay, let's try to do the easiest one. I assume the sword. Protected sword. I've never been good with puzzles.
Can you type the words out in the chat?
Yes, of course. Assistance, please. What do I hire you for?
I need to get a piece of paper. Hold on. Piece of paper.
That is something that shan't get easier with a higher level up, and that's puzzles. Because that's still your regular guys' brains.
And he called us stupid.
Well, very smart. It's
Okay, so let's go through each pedestal at a time. Your left pedestal. On top, there is a slit, which, you know, you put the sword in there like Sword in the Storm. Stone, I assume. And that has to do with the Faithful Knight's protected sword.
Right.
Should we look around the room for us? Maybe it's hidden? Or
Well,
do
that
we have
was
to
my-
get it?
that was my first sort of, I guess, guess is like, is there anything on the pillar itself that looks like it might be pointing towards a direction, or is there any sort of, not like an obvious arrow, but like maybe the way that it's kind of turned or something? Does it look like it's facing anything in particular?
With your passive investigation check, you can immediately learn they're very plainly placed, and the pedestals themselves don't seem to hold any intricacy other than the differences you can ascertain. There don't seem to be any very clear indicators of any direction of some sort. Almost like deliberately openly placed, almost as if your best interpretation of just in general pedestals and open space is almost like you have to either bring something to it, present something, or place something onto it, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So then the middle one. I mean, we could present something, but.
I think we will serve ourselves better, I think, if we walked around and maybe just got a vibe of the entire space that we see.
Help yourself.
Yeah. I'll
So-
fly up in the air and I'll just start kind of like circling around, trying to get just a view as far as I can really see.
Alright, make a perception check.
There it is.
Oh, Jesus. He sees the GM's sheet that has all the answers.
God damn it.
Oh, look, there's the sword. I see it.
Okay.
Yeah, you find. Well, actually, you see several things. First thing you realize is as you fly up, can see the forest kind of extends a bit, but stops rather prematurely at around maybe like 2 miles out max, or maybe more like 1 mile radius this island has. And then there's just a drop, and you don't see any other land. And you quickly realize you're on an island. But as you also float up and float above the tree line, you can see around you many different, far in the distance, floating islands and floating rocks. You can see that one of these islands, or several of them, are a little bit closer towards you guys, maybe like, 500 feet or so. But the one you're on seems to be the largest one. You can also see there's a huge fluffy cloud that is just in front of you. And as you try and see what's beneath the islands, you can just see an ocean of clouds and just the blue sky that extends throughout everywhere. You do not see any land beneath you, only clouds. With that natural 20, you also notice that in the very far kind of southern side, if you just assume north is where you came out of, or where you look towards, to the left, you can see some flickering flames coming from a small spot. There's like a little open space. You can also see the terrain isn't completely flat. There are several cliffy areas, but nothing major that only go maybe like 20 or occasionally 30 feet high. And on one of these more open cliffy areas, you can see small bits of flickering flame that is this kind of gold orangish hue that you can just barely see. It illuminates a bit more than what the kind of ethereal trees do. And the other thing with your natural 20 is you kind of look down towards immediately next to the grove as you're kind of floating there, and you see, kind of just looking at Isorel and Fiera, an owl that is kind of very intently looking at them. After you notice it, it kind of looks towards you immediately and then vanishes.
Okay, yeah, being watched. Definitely being watched, guys. I point in the direction of where the owl was.
Interesting.
Was it on a tree or a
Yep.
rock or anything? Like,
Yeah, it was perching on a tree at the line. And it seemed to only react after
so-
you saw it.
So that tree right over there, there's an owl sitting on it, and it's gone now. Something knows we're here.
Well, I would hope so.
Let's, I mean, that's our first clue. Do we want to go over and check that tree?
The watchful hour hides its home.
Oh, and there were other islands kind of floating off in the distance, and, you know.
Interesting. More information is good. So we can travel farther than 60 feet away from the pillars? Did you say there was a radius? Or are we in a dome, or is it wide open?
It's an open forest, and we could relay that it's like you seem to be on an island that has a 1 mile radius. And you're free to go wherever you want there. There's nothing blocking you.
Okay. Well, let's be smart. If you want to stay floating above, Israel can go in front, and the two of you can kind of look from the air and land, and we can follow the owl. And also look out for a fox.
I
The other thing is the fox could be looking a certain direction as well. I guess if it's north, like we come out, then we look north. What direction is the fox looking?
It seems
On
to
like a radio clock.
It seems to be more looking like very prideful, like kind of like head up, but he is tilted to kind of the looking to the right side. And you also notice that, like, you know, he's like curled his tail in, and his pedestal is the only one where it looks like to the left of the portion of where the fox is sitting, there's like a lot of space there, almost as if the fox is sitting on one half of the pedestal.
if we're going to do that, I'm probably going to yeah, I'm gonna turn into a dire wolf to have better perception and also help us be protected in case something was to happen.
Well, just so we know what we're kind of looking for here. If I had to guess, I think we have to get a sword from a knight. We have to put the owl in the nest. And we have to figure out what is next to the fox. And then put that on the pedestal. We're presenting 3 objects, I assume.
Kind of a fetch thing.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
So, yeah, let's focus on the owl first.
Okay. And start moving
right.
towards that tree.
All right.
Yep, I'll turn into a dire wolf.
Very nice. Yeah, you approach the tree. The tree it was perching on is kind of the eastern side. It was like kind of looking sideways towards you guys. It's one of the non-ethereal trees. Seems to be like a normal kind of oak tree, deep green leaves, very vibrant. Not super tall. It's maybe like 20 feet tall at most. And yeah, you kind of look at it, and the owl doesn't seem to be there, at least not visually that you can see as you approach it.
How big was it, Eirik?
Normal owl size, like a barn owl as well.
There we go.
Okay. I guess I will cast See Invisibility just to see if there's any shenanigans going on in the area. and
don't
look around.
waste a spell. Just
Well,
Yeah.
that makes sense. Yes.
I can also
Don't waste
turn
a
on my
spell.
Drew sight just like that.
Jesus.
Yeah, make a perception
Go
check
ahead.
then, Eirik. $24.
I cannot roll that high, so.
Yeah, you scan the tree, and you do see one thing, which is where the owl was perched on. You can see like this faint golden footprints of where it was sitting, though the owl isn't there anymore. As you're looking around, you can see that a little bit deeper into the forest, you see the owl once again kind of looking towards you, but as soon as you make eye contact with it, it flies away and coasts off somewhere else, but you are seeing it.
Okay. Saw it again over that way. It just disappeared again. Flew off. There's little footprints that it leaves where it was perched.
Okay. I guess before we go any further, I'll get my notebook out, flip to a fresh page, and I'm gonna start making a basic map, and I'm just gonna keep track of where we're finding the owl, roughly, to see if there's a pattern, or just to kind of keep track of where it's going as we're following it.
All right, yes. Then this is kind of like a minor skill challenge to try and attempt to always find the owl and then also to follow it. So which skills would you like to use in order to do so?
I will use the nature, or the nature skills of a predator, basically going for a prey, and just follow the patterns of animals that a dire wolf would hunt for food or protection or something like that. So I would use the scent or the innate natural abilities of a dire wolf to hunt its prey, and following it in the forest.
Yes, make a nature check. 23, very nice. Yeah, after Ivy kind of pointed out to one spot it's had that, you can definitely try and sniff to, try and get its scent. And you manage to do so. You do get a certain scent that, funny enough, doesn't smell like owl to you. It smells more like golden dust, as if you would like smell kind of grinded gold itself. And it's a very distinct smell, though it is very, very faint. Once again, the owl itself seems to be invisible the entire time, and only Eirik, you are able to see it while you have obviously your invisibility goggles on. Though Isra, with your scent, you're able to track it. And what helps you follow it is with your predatory instincts, you kind of, lay low, not wanting to be seen by the owl until you kind of get towards a closer branch where you feel very confident that, 2 trees to the front the owl must be, and you kind of let Eirik know. Eirik, you peer around the tree and you see the owl, who seems to be currently scanning the environment. And I swear you get the immediate instinct as a predator that obviously once it sees you guys, it just seems to go into a flight mode and just disappears. Not necessarily, as most animals wouldn't do, lead them to its safety, but just trying to get away from the ones following it. And immediately as it catches you guys' eyes again and notices that you are seeing it, it immediately flies away. And it kind of flies off. So right now you are... Yes, right now you have are rather good at following it, though there just seems to be, it keeps escaping you every time you do manage to find it again. So you have to find a way for it to not do so.
So, are we thinking straight capture it? That seems a bit like harsh. Do we have to maybe like talk to it or lure it back to the nest or something?
I think that's preferable.
I think we wanna talk to it or convince it to follow us back to the nest.
Mm-hmm.
It disappears or it flies away when it sees us. So, if we want to do like stealthy things, I can cast invisibility on 2 of us. Well, I could do it on both of us, on all 3 of us. Just use 2 spell slots.
I guess we don't all need to be invisible. It's whoever can get up to it.
Isorel can talk to it. So
If it's an animal.
well, I know, but I mean, we won't know. Like, if it is an animal and we don't have her to be able to talk to it,
Right.
It's
I can speak to animals very easily.
I
don't-
have the ability to track it with the sea invisibility going. If I go invisible, I can maybe
Invisible.
get closer to it before it sees me. I don't know what that does, but that's just
I mean, if I got close, I could try to put it in a sphere so that I just can't run.
Yeah, I am looking right now, and I have 3 different ways of casting speak with animals, including one that is at will and pretty much forever and ever with my Eye of Sylvis.
Okay. Okay, so we should try to get you close enough, well,
Yeah.
to speak before it runs off. So, yeah, I think stealth is the way to go.
Yep.
do we all want to go invisible? Because at that point, none of us can cast anything.
I think Azrael's enough, right?
To go invisible or to stay visible? Which
Well, you and I could just stay put, and then she could sneak up on it once we find it.
all right, so let's keep on moving then. See where does that scent take us this time?
Well, I guess if we do need to find it again, or we can find it. If we need to get to a point where we can see it, and then before we approach it, I could just use like investigation to set us up for a good spot. You know, keep track of its movements and its the height it likes to go at, I guess, that kind of things, and just track it like a hunter that is, well, not a hunter, like a naturalist,
Yeah, like a
bird watcher.
Yeah, bird watcher. Yeah. Yeah, definitely.
Well, I'll set us up or set Israel up.
18.
I'll throw +5 to get over 20.
All right. Yes, you do. Which you can definitely do, as you are the one kind of telling Fiera where it is and giving her the information so she can kind of make this map. Yes, you update kind of the information you have. It is not whenever it sees you that it escapes. It is when it sees you and you see it that it escapes. And it seems to only fly, because it was seemingly observing you at the very beginning, but seemed to stay there, and only when you saw it, Irek, it started to fly away. And that's when you notice, okay. And you do catch it at some points where it doesn't notice you seeing it. And so it's just kind of looking around, just continuously scanning the area and flying away, though Fiera does then kind of set up a position as to where Fiera kind of finds and assumes where you would kind of reach the back of the owl. And you do so. It's still like rather far away. It seems to spot you very keenly and very quickly. So you're about 80 feet away, which is usually where you have good cover from the trees and you can hide quite well. And you have a good eye on it, Eirik, as you're kind of hiding behind one of the trees, with Isorel kind of stealthing then leading you all this way, since Isorel's Warform has a better keen understanding on how to move without creating sound. And you just see it kind of just nestling up there, but it's still, as the owl does, scanning the surrounding, kind of turning around sometimes 180 degrees, where you kind of just dodge out of sight and peer back, and seems to be situated there for the moment.
So, I presume we should be quiet, because if it hears us, it will look at us.
Yeah. Do you want to go stealth now, Ezra? Make her invisible?
Yep.
The question is, what are we doing when we get to it? Like, as soon as we get there and, reveal our invisibility, it's gonna see us. So we almost need to capture it first.
Well, it seems to fly away when we look at it, and it sees us looking at it. So
Yeah.
if we keep our gazes averted and not directly look at it, and approach it
from behind, and then we can try to talk without running.
well, approach it lightly and say, we are looking away, but we are aware of your presence and we would like to speak with you.
Or bring it to its nest.
Or something along those lines.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Fiera,
if that would work.
How far do you need to be for the sphere?
30 feet.
30 feet. I mean, realistically, we could all go invisible, get up to a point where we're all within range of doing what we might need to do to this thing, where Isorel can talk to it. You can sphere it if it needs to be sphered. I don't know, I've got the iron bands. We can trap it.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's possible as long as we're behind it, right? We don't have to be that stealthy.
The problem is
we
an
just have to not
owl
look
can
at it.
turn. It can turn almost the entire way around, right? So,
okay, so we walk backwards.
We can still walk up to it, but just averting our gaze.
Yeah,
true.
I wonder how accurate the eyesight has to be. Like locked eyes, or can we just look at its wing or its talon? Do you think it matters?
I think let's say the owl is here. If we walk while kind of looking that way, so that it's kind of in our peripheral, yeah. So we know, we're aware that it's there, but we're actually kind of looking beside it. So
let's hold off on the invisibility, and maybe we can just get up there nicely and calm and see what happens if we maybe start talking to it.
Yeah,
I think that's fine.
All right, I'm going to make a note of which tree it is that we're walking towards, and I'll use perception with the having the goggles on still, just to make sure that I'm kind of getting a sense of where it is, but locking on to the target that we're walking to without looking at it specifically.
Yeah. All right. I would also, make a perception check first of all. You do. Nice. One thing you do notice as you're kind of like sitting back and formulating this plan, probably takes like a couple of minutes. You notice that the color shifts of the owl Arik, and you kind of take your goggles off, and it's not invisible anymore. And it's just kind of sitting there, but it's still kind of like scanning the area as if it feels a little bit safer now that it hasn't spotted you for a while. And so you kind of, now it's very clear. You point it out to the others, and they can also see the owl now. And then just do your plan. Kind of look away, and then move towards it. And
Keeping track of that tree, but not him.
All right. Then, are you all very clearly not looking at it, or is anyone trying to keep a periphery of it in it, or how are you approaching this?
I'm just gonna follow Eirik and kind of look down.
All right. As well.
Because of my form and my nose and things, I'm going to look down at the ground and follow the scent towards the tree. Because I can do that, so I'll use it to my advantage and be like full, like search dog mode and have my nose to the ground and follow the scent towards the tree.
Yeah. All right, then. Obviously, last but not least, Eirik. Only tree. Are you keeping the owl in your periphery? That rhymed. Or are you trying to keep it completely out of sight?
How far away is it from the trunk?
It's like, well, depending, it's like a little bit higher, so it's kind of like perched up 15 feet high, but it's not, it's maybe like 4 feet away from the trunk.
Okay. 15 feet high is not that high. I will... I'm just going to focus on the tree itself. And then if I notice movement or hear movement or something, I'll look to see if something has happened to the owl.
All right. Then you all make your way there, which is easy enough to do. There don't seem to be any large hurdles preventing you from doing so. And as you kind of get there where the tree is, Eirik, both Isra and Eirik, you both then notice, though, owls don't produce much sound, but Eirik, you have a really high passive perception, so you do more hear the feet kind of lift off the branch, while Isra, you can kind of sense or feel the scent get a little bit stronger, as probably the flap of the wings causes it to come.
The wolf has passive perception of 20.
Exactly.
So it's yeah.
Yeah. And it kind of flies. So you both notice it is kind of seemingly flying away. What do you do?
I would immediately speak with animals with my Eye of Sylvis and say, wait, we'd like to speak with you if possible.
All right. Make a persuasion check. I got 28. Okay, anything that Eirik or Fiora are doing in this moment?
Wondering what she's saying.
I'm going to sit down. I'm just going to look as calm and passive as possible.
All right. Then I saw after you say these words, so looking at the ground, your nose but very keenly sniffing, but your ears twitch after you hear feet kind of perch up on a branch that is a little bit further away again. But you estimate around maybe like 20 feet away from you, but at a lower branch that is only 10 feet high. And it seems to have just landed there, though it doesn't seem to answer.
Okay. I am going to say, we can keep our distance a little bit if that's preferable for you.
You say that, and there's just silence. You don't hear it flying away again. After a quick moment, you do then hear how the claws kind of detach from the branch and fly back towards the branch where you went to the tree you went. So it kind of approaches you and then lands there. And it doesn't seem to be, once again, giving much sound other than interactions with the environment, but it itself doesn't seem to be producing much.
So that's kind of an answer. Okay. You smell of gold. And when we came here, we saw a beautiful nest that seems to be yours. Could we bring you back home?
You notice literally nothing. Since it might be changing its face or anything, but you can't see it. And after that, make a persuasion check once again.
Okay.
Can I give her the help action by putting on a glove and sticking my hand out like one of those bird like trainers?
Perch?
Where it's like
A
come land on
falconer.
my hand. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. That's the help action.
Okay, so I'm gonna have to... I can use my own persuasion because it's the same. So I'm just gonna roll with advantage there.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, I'll take it because the other one was a freaking 2.
Oh,
Nice. Yes. You kind of reach out your arm, Eric. You can feel like a slight whiff of wind pass over you, assuming the owl kind of drifts down. Though it seems hesitant to land on your arm, but instead kind of lands to a branch that is also close by to a nearby. But it seems like you just signaling it a kind of more friendly approach, nothing hostile. It seems to have grown a little bit more comfortable and staying within your vicinity. And Israel, you once again can hear it as soon as it kind of perches down. It's almost like animal communication of like, it is okay with you in the surroundings, though you still don't know if it's okay to look at it. That's for you to decide.
Okay.
And
Okay.
it starts to fly up again and kind of flies away. But you can attempt to follow it if you want to.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Does it seem to be flying towards the grove, or does it seem like it's flying away again?
It seems to be very distinctively flying away from the grove.
Okay. I'm going to follow it at a respectful distance. Because I do believe it's got... Yeah, its flying speed is probably a little bit higher than my own walking speed. But, like, I'm still going to follow it and say, are you scared to go back to your nest?
Yeah, as you follow it, you notice two things. One of which is it doesn't now seemingly is not in flight mode, so it's not like escaping from you, and so it's actually just coasting at a cruising speed, which you guys can kind of keep up with, and occasionally lands on a branch and lands there, which you can only hear, since once again you can't or aren't looking at it unless you otherwise wish to do so. And if you wish to continue to follow it, once again, it doesn't seem to answer any of your inquiries, but following it without looking or seeing the bird will be a challenge in itself. So what kind of skills would you like to use in order to do so successfully?
Oof.
I will rely on my survival skill and my knowledge of bird flight patterns from having turned into birds before, and kind of calculate the sort of distance that of a bird with its wingspan, like how long it can coast before it needs to either flap or, settle down to rest, and use that as a way to kind of keep up with the bird so that I can ask my next question.
Mm-hmm. Right, yeah. Can totally do that.
Okay.
23. Yes. And you do that. And you notice it is easiest since it seems like you only get like very indirect, once again, vague, non-verbal answers from the bird in whichever way it seems to be able to kind of communicate without you being able to see it. So it's usually like a hop or two, or staying perched longer on a branch. So that it is signaling you to follow it. It seems very much, allowing you to follow it. Once again, it is not fleeing, which gives you a sign that maybe that is the right course of action.
Okay.
And you continue to do so until you get to the edge of the island, after it kind of brings you there. After which you don't hear it land anymore. And that's the last point, probably either it's flied off or it's flying off the island.
Yep, I'm gonna look at it now.
Right, you look, and as you kind of look up, you see in the distance there's another floating island. And it is kind of, since it is kind of directly flying it doesn't see you. And so it's just kind of beelining towards a floating island in the distance. And once again, it's one of the closer ones. It's like 300 feet away.
Okay. So, reminder, this owl hides its home, so I'm guessing it's up there instead of the golden one we saw.
Mm-hmm.
I can get two of us up there. Like, Eirik, you can fly, obviously, so I can do me and Israel.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Unless
Is
we
there
could
any
just
pattern
fly in
that
this
you're
phase.
seeing?
No. I guess, can I take like a pebble and just like throw it over the edge? Is gravity there, or does it float?
You saw it, and it flies for miles and miles and miles and miles until you can't see it anymore because it gets so small.
Downward?
Yes. Very distinctively downward.
Whoa!
It goes up.
Yeah. Okay. How about this, Eirik? How can we do that? Is the further island above us, so it's hard to see the surface?
Yeah, it's a little bit above
is it-
you. Yeah.
Do you want to fly it and just give me an estimate of how many feet I need to teleport us?
I mean, it looks about 300.
Okay, looks about, and it's actually 305, or a little bit different.
I mean, how do I measure feet flying in the air? Oh wait, hang on.
I have a
Aren't
ruler.
you like?
I just don't want to accidentally miss,
One second.
because I can't see the... I can only visualize what I don't know what to visualize, so...
That doesn't help.
You can only fly at a certain speed, right?
Well, yeah, my walking speed.
Yeah, so just fly at like a certain angle and then just tell me how far you go. And just count. I can count.
1, 2. Just slowly rising up off of our floating island. Yeah, I guess I'll fly up and start mentally keeping track.
All right. That Eirik does as he just kind of coasts away. Yeah, Eirik, you can do... That would just be an investigation check. So it's kind of just keeping track, keeping pace and keeping time. 28. If the ancient Egyptians could calculate how to build pyramids, you can definitely count the distance between two floating islands. There are many different ways to do that. Though you probably chose the most convoluted one, it is still one that works. And yes, you measure the exact distance of this island, which is 328 feet away from...
See? Okay. I grab... No, I don't grab. I'll hop on Israel, because I assume you're a big wolf?
Yes, I am a dire wolf. Yes.
Okay, I'll kind of climb on, and then create a dimension door in front of us for you to leap through.
Loop.
You kind of... And you only hear, "What about me?" As you teleport to the other side. And
then snap my fingers so he's over there too.
aha! Yes, almost abandoned me there. I see how this works. Kind of moves down the edge. And yeah, you plop onto this new island, and it's much, much smaller. It's like 20 feet in radius, and here are like 6 trees. As you kind of look around, Eirik, do you have your see invisibility goggles?
Yeah, the one charge goes for an hour. So.
Oh yeah, okay, yeah, you charge us. Yeah, so you could then very distinctively see in the largest tree that's kind of central on this floating island, there's like a small hole in it, like, you know, how some birds nest within it, and you can only see 2 golden eyes peering through it inside of this hole, looking at you, but this time not flying away, as you make eyes with it.
There it is.
Someone want to look inside, I suppose? Or pet it? I don't know. How do we...
Isural's the animal
wolf?
talker.
She's also a wolf?
Yeah. I mean, we've seemed to have found where we needed to go, so she doesn't need to track anymore.
Right, I assume something's in the nest. Or we have to touch the bird.
I mean, that looks like the owl.
Okay. How high up is the hole?
This is a larger tree, so it's around like 20 feet high.
Okay, I'm not climbing that.
Can you float up there and look into it? Oh wait, I could also turn into another animal and just, you know, I can
Glamour can
turn
climb
into
trees.
Glamour can climb trees.
I can.
Would you please?
Wait, do we want a cat climbing a tree after a bird? Is this...
Well, to be
Hang
fair,
on.
I think for the power scale, actually, owls are above cats, or at least almost equal. They can be. I've had a couple of owls scratch hair or 2 of mine. They are predatory if they get desperate enough.
Okay.
Owls can definitely steal a small cat and bring it home and devour it. Yes. Such is nature.
Yeah, and they're giant owls.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Just climb the tree.
Yeah, okay. I was just giving context, you know. I was just trying to give context. And he kind of like slants its way over to the tree. Kind of does a big stretch before he goes there.
Oh,
kind of takes out his claws and then just very meticulously starts climbing up the tree. As it gets up, he kind of like looks into the hall. Hello, my name is Glamour. It's nice to meet you. Yeah. Oh. All right. Like, may I come in? I promise I'm not a vampire. Do you even understand? Okay. And he kind of just jumps inside. After which you can hear a little bit of mumbling. He's like, Oh, wow. Yes. Oh, that's glamorous. Oh, wow. You did that? I mean, amazing. I can see through your body. I don't know how that's even possible. All right. This feels a little bit rude. Yes? He kind of pops out.
Is there anything in there other than a nest?
Oh yes. A splendid, very... Wow, it's a golden egg is what it is.
Okay. Would you... Oh, do we take the egg? That's kind of rude.
That's what I was thinking.
But there's clearly a place to put it back at the pillar.
Okay. Let it know that we are going to gently bring its egg to the golden nest at the pillar.
All right.
And then put the egg in one of your pouches.
All right, I should communicate that.
I'm gonna throw my mage hand up at the hole. That way we're not touching it. None of us are touching it.
Oh, that's fair. Yeah.
All right. Okay, Mr. Hooters, I guess is how you're called now. I shall take this very nice golden egg from you. They don't seem to be reacting. I think coast is clear.
Okay.
They probably would not have brought us here if they did not want us to touch their egg.
Unless it will transform in the last moment to reveal itself to be the greatest evil on this planet.
In which case, we will take care of it.
All right.
That's okay.
And then you see just out of the hole the tail of Glamour that's kind of wrapped around this egg and then gently places this onto the mage hand of you, Eirik. All right. Oh no. Oh, so did I do that? He kind of looks up. out. Well, I don't know if it's just me, but the owl just kind of disappeared. It's like golden dust. Is that normal?
That's probably fine.
Oh, all right.
It's done that before.
You've also disappeared on numerous occasions.
Yeah,
so...
but I died, you know. Like, did me taking the egg... Okay, all right.
No, I think
about
it's
it later.
just...
Oh, okay.
The circumstances...
It did its purpose.
Yes, it did
it did its purpose, and it's now gone.
Okay. Oh, all right.
Okay.
I see. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I'm good.
Yes.
I think so.
Yes.
I'm down.
Yes.
All right.
You did a great job.
Yes, thank you. Okay. No regrets. All right. And
I'll catch you something delicious to eat a little later.
And he kind of hops down the tree. Actually, no, it's Glamour. He kind of looks down and it's like, it's a little bit high, isn't it?
Jesus.
I think
I'm not gonna poof you down.
It costs nothing.
It costs like a bush.
A bush of me, you know.
Think of the Feywild.
I'm just gonna pull the mage hand down and start going the other direction.
Yeah, I start heading to the edge of the island too.
Not only you have to proof me anyway. I won't be able to get across the island.
We'll see you on the other side of the island then.
It disappears. Yeah.
Okay. So let's bring the egg back, see if anything happens, and then we can look for whatever goes with the fox.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I guess I can just do it again. I'll hop on Azrael and gate us across.
All right. and you easily return there, and it doesn't take much trouble to mage hand this golden egg back to the center, after which you kind of place it gently onto the egg. It seems to fit perfectly inside of the nest. It isn't a big nest. It is rather self-contained, but nothing out of the ordinary seems to happen after you place it there.
Yeah, we probably need 3. Okay. Okay, well, I'm gonna take a short rest. Quick 15 minutes. Get my magic back. You two can try to figure out what goes next to the fox that is prideful and looking sideways, won't leave its den. I don't know. But I'll sit crisscross applesauce and poof clamber back.
Hey. You can just...
So Isarel, as the animal friend, what do foxes have? Like, is there any, like, I don't know, like, significance to a fox or whatever that we should be looking out for? Prideful fox. Well, how many other islands were there floating, Jack?
Quite a few, like around 16 or so. But only a handful of them are like rather close. Most of the other are like miles and miles away. And various sizes. Some of them even are just floating rocks, less than an island. Yeah.
Won't leave its den. Prideful fountain. Oh, and how long has this trip been to the Owl's Nest?
I think the entire endeavor of following and sussing it out did take like a good hour, as you were always slowly kind of trying to follow it, and it escaped, and it took a couple of tries, and then especially trying to following it without seeing it, and would definitely taking a good amount there.
Can you describe its posture again?
Yeah, it looks like a very prideful fox, like very nicely adorned, looking upwards, eyes are closed, chest kind of puffed up, both paws in the front very neatly placed in front of itself. Yeah, how one would imagine like a fox would sit proudly if it could do so.
Does it look like it's a baby or a like fully grown fox?
It seems like a fully grown fox from the size.
Okay, so maybe we're supposed to be going to find the baby fox and bring it back to Mother.
Its mother.
Yeah. The prideful fox won't leave it. The I don't know what prideful has to do, but the fox won't leave its den sounds like the mother wants the baby back, but the baby's not, like the baby's scared to leave or something. But prideful doesn't make sense.
I guess I just don't know much about foxes.
I just reverted back. This is gonna sound so stupid. I just reverted back to like the Tales of La Fontaine with like the golden egg goose. Is this fox looking for like its cheese or an object?
Oh. What do foxes eat? Mice?
Maybe. Do foxes Foxes are kind of known to like steal things too.
They are
Maybe, like,
cunning.
Cunning.
Yeah.
so an object, a child.
A prideful fox won't leave its den.
Something it would put on display, maybe. I mean, at the end of the day, would you find its den? It sounds like, or what would go in its den?
Yeah.
Something out of the ordinary. But this is a big forest.
Well, see invisibility. Start looking around. Second charge.
All right, you can definitely make a perception check. (23). You can, for confidence sake, you don't see any foxes, at least immediately within the surrounding area. How far would you go? Would you like stay within here, or would you actually make the effort to get to the look inside of the forest, or would you stay in the grove?
I'd stay in the grove, just going around. You know, I won't go into the trees physically, but as I'm going around the circle, peering through trees to see if I notice any movement or anything.
Yeah, kind of looking through. You don't see any immediate foxes, though. As you get to the very southern side of the forest itself, you do notice that kind of not too far from where the grove is, actually, only like 30 feet away, you do see what seems to be a burrowing hole, like a small hole that's kind of inside of the earth itself. That is there.
Great, okay. Well, there we go. Clue number 2. Do we have to go burrowing ourselves?
Probably.
All right,
So-
let's go.
It took about an hour and back for the owl thing.
Yep.
All right, so I still have 3 hours of dire wolf form right now.
Yeah, I'll join in once I finish my short rest.
Yes, which can
Oh,
be
right.
easily done. It only takes 15 minutes, and you're scanning off
While
the...
I'm...
Yeah.
Yeah.
After
Okay.
he comes back, finishes off.
You know, this could be another job for Glamour. Just pointing that out.
This is just a trial for him.
I see.
We don't matter.
You might get the artifact at the end of it. But then you also have to fight devils with it.
I mean, we don't know what kind of artifact it is. Maybe it, like, saves them. Makes them into
Well, there's
fluffy-
already been a mention of a sword, so...
Oh. It's a sword that can knight them.
That would be interesting. Yeah, we'll go to the hole.
Alright. And yeah, you kind of step towards there, and it looks like a regular burrowing hole, which you've seen plentiful Fiera in Canaan, which you have plentiful seen Isra and Azathia. And for your best guess of what burrowing dens you have seen in your lifetime, it looks like a foxhole or a badger hole. It seems to be the right size, at least.
Well, there's only one of us that is animal-sized. That could fit down there right now.
Yes.
And has a lantern for light.
I don't see any light on the dire wolf, I have to be honest.
I can see in the dark.
Okay, look.
Just gonna
Just go down
push.
for a little bit. I'll look. Yeah, just 2 hands around his butt trying to push him forward. I'll look through your eyes.
Alright, I guess this is what I do.
I can clean you up.
Though, once again, I think, how are cats' relationships to foxes? Mainly grew up inside of the city, so I haven't seen many. But I think cats are slightly superior to foxes.
You're not just a cat, you're an ocelot.
That's true.
That's a good
I'm
point.
way superior. Alright, I feel confident. He kind of steps inside. and roll its way through there, and it seems to fit very neatly. As a cat definitely can go through. Seems to be a fox den, and Fiera, as you look through, I assume you're looking through his eyes.
Mhm. Yep.
Yeah, you see the dark interior of a tunnel, and he doesn't walk long, maybe about like 20 feet or so going down this tunnel. He kind of
20
winds
feet.
up a bit, and there you can see what seems to be a sleeping fox. Just kind of nestled inside of there.
Oh, I immediately mentally tell him, quiet.
As soon as you say that, one eye of the fox kind of opens and just peers at Glamour. And I was like, good morning. And
Quiet.
Fiera, you hear and understand the fox talks back. It says,
Oh.
which is celestial, and says, who comes so disturbingly inside of my den? Good day to you too, sir.
That's private. Won't leave it stand. What? Why would I leave it stand? Excited about what? Okay. And just say the words that I'm saying, Glamour, and I will start speaking to him in Celestial in his mind for him to say out loud, which I'm sure will go great.
Oh my god.
Poor cats.
Prideful. A friend that is looking to present a gift.
Okay. Those dark kudos. You see the fox kind of the eyebrow of the fox is kind of raises drastically. It's like it sounds like you have slipped on your own tongue and fell to 1,000 feet to crush all of your teeth the way you speak. It sounds like he's insulting me. I'm not sure though.
He is, yes. Then I'll make it as simple as possible. I offer gift.
It
All of Kais.
Yeah, okay.
And you see the fox kind of gives like a curious expression. Now you notice like you can't really, similar to like the animals in the Feywild, you can't really read like the expression of this fox, almost as if you're like looking at a human's face.
Yeah.
It seems to be like intrigued and say, gifts, you say? Well, color me intrigued. Cat, what gifts do you bring?
Okay, and then I'm gonna have Glamour really quick look around the burrow. Is there anything actually in here other than the fox?
Make a perception check with Glamour.
I definitely have a stats pulled up. Percept. There's perception. Oh!
Come on.
Oh wow.
Glamour gets the artifact. I'm just calling it out.
Ironically, yeah, it would fit very much to Glamour to notice the extremely sparkly interior and how this den has been decorated. There seems to be small paintings, a set of painting brushes to one side. You can see that it's currently lying, or it seems to be like a small self-made sofa, carpet, something like that, where it's made itself comfortable.
What?
Looking upwards, there's a very kind of nicely built chandelier, a mix of glass and wood, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And best way you can describe it is if Glamour ever made it, then it would look like this.
Yeah.
What the
And it's just like, wow. I mean, yeah, I'm a bit intimidated. I feel like I've met my equal.
Honestly, I agree. Okay, tell him this word, painting, and then kind of nudge down the hole that it's outside.
Dwarfs. You see the fox is like, his expression kind of turns into more like negligent. It's like, "Ta, uninteresting. I have plenty of paintings I can do myself here. Be gone if that's all you have." Kind of lays itself comfortably back onto the ground and.
Okay, let's back up a few feet. I have to talk to the others. Stay in there though.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, and then I'll look to Israel, Eirik, who probably saw me just waving my hands around, just frantically.
Yes.
So there's a fox in there. Surprise, surprise.
Yeah.
It speaks Celestial.
Okay.
Very interesting. It's kind of, honestly, it's kind of like Glamour. I'll be honest. If Glamour was 10 years older, this would be him. I'm retired.
Oh boy.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't quite know what we're supposed to do though. He lives in a very well decorated hovel or hole or whatever you want to call it, den.
Mm-hmm.
So do we have to convince him to leave, or do we have to take something from there?
Prideful fox
Looks
won't
sideways.
leave.
We could ask him what he needs.
It's really hard to communicate through Glamour, I'll be honest. I would hate to ask this. Can either of you make me smaller?
Actually, yes, I can.
I can too.
Oh, Jesus. I won't like grow and then be crushed in the inside accidentally.
I want to do it. I want to do it.
Mine is for a minute, so maybe not.
Mine is up to an hour.
I like that more.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. You're going to feel kind of a push into your brain. Let it happen.
Yeah.
Please.
Okay.
Please.
That's
All
pretty
right.
normal.
Okay. I will open my pouch of components. I'm going to take out an old caterpillar cocoon. So like I found butterflies or something. And I'm just going to crush it in my hand and just blow it on Fiera. And Fiera is going to polymorph into a fox.
So do you cast polymorph on her?
I cast polymorph on Fiera for the very first time.
Very
able to talk?
well. But that also means Fiera takes the intelligence of
Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Fiera.
Okay, this will be interesting.
So it's not.
I figured out. How smart am I now? Am I smarter?
Hold on. Hold on. Let me.
No
me-
way.
Oops.
Foxes are smart,
okay.
you know.
Fox. Oh my god.
I think there is a dedicated sheet for fox, but they are, I guess, similar to wolves. As in, they're a beast who probably have an intelligence of 3 total.
Yes, +3.
No, I think it's just 3, right? It's not +3.
No, my intelligence
Boy.
is 16.
Yeah, that's because yours takes on yours.
You're a druid.
Oh.
Yeah, a normal fox does, I
Oh.
believe, like a 3.
Yeah, intelligence is 4.
It's 4. Okay, so you have a -3.
Yeah.
There is the very brightly colored Fiera fox that is there.
And she's the exact same color of her hair, so she's bright pink.
Oh yeah.
Perfect. That's also wonderful. Yeah. Yeah, I don't even think about. I see
You
a hole in the
instantly
ground.
feel yourself get
Mhm.
dumber.
Well,
Yep.
feel like a fox is what you do. So, obviously difficult to roleplay, but basically what you have to understand is you now are more compelled through the tendencies that an animal
Instinct.
would have. Exactly.
Yes.
But you recognize allies from foes, because animals can do that obviously as well. But you do lack the means to obviously communicate, since you're a fox.
Yes. Perfect. Okay. Yeah. Let's do the first thing that I would think of. I see a hole that looks like an entrance to home, and I'll start to rattle down there.
Yeah, you go down there, and after a couple of seconds, you see a bat, the one from Fiera. Oh, not from Fiera, from Glamour.
You do keep your personality though,
Yes.
so you're still kind of yourself. You're still Fiera.
Yeah. I'll kind of nudge it with like my nose and like the head.
Oh,
There.
that's okay, a bit tight.
There.
So, oh, gee, oh, right, okay.
But like pushing.
What is going on? You see, kind of makes space. The fox, other one, kind of wakes up, and it's like also like kind of like meanly looking at you, and you, Fiera, very immediately recognize obviously an animal's expression of unwanted guests inside of their den, and it also kind of now also stands up and says something that you and Fox don't understand at all, as foxes famously do not understand Celestial. You just hear the very angry fox looking at you right now. And Gavin takes this opportunity to kind of slip past the fox Fiera and kind of goes out towards you, Eirik and Istra. You see Glamour kind of pop up. What the hell is going on?
We don't really know. Just come here. Make sure you're not in the hole in case she needs to escape.
Oh, okay. So yeah, Fiera, what are you doing?
This looks like a good home. I think I'll just make myself comfortable. Find find a nice spot. He looks angry, but he's not attacking me, so I'll
He's
just
about to.
I'll kind of check out the couch, kind of like jump on it and kind of get comfortable.
It's very evidently not letting you step too much inside. Like as you approach the couch, it kind of steps off, and very now, animal communication seems to be quite hostile, like puffing up its chest and making some mean fox noises.
Okay.
Mixed with celestial.
I'm growling
notes.
back, just like a low rumble growl.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to pretend like I'm gonna go around it, stop, because he's probably gonna turn, and I'll kind of go around the other way, and I want to bite his tail and run.
Oh,
Jesus.
can make an attack roll as a fox.
That's my attack. I don't
I'd
know.
say fox is more close to, I guess, a cat, right? A wolf is a little bit stronger than a fox. So let's look.
I could do like a.
Yeah, do
Bite,
glamour.
it's +2 to hit.
Yes, do a glamour.
Or scratch. Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, yeah. It's 13. Hit his tail.
13. What's the AC of a cat? You should also know that.
I do have glamour. Glamour is at 13 because of the stone.
Oh, then 13 will
Otherwise, it'd be at 12.
hit it. So you do manage to bite its tail, after which you kind of screams to retaliate. You feel a small shove against you. Actually, it will definitely try and bite back. So
Okay, well, I'm trying to run out, but yeah.
yeah, so you provoke opportunity attack, and it tries to bite at your tail, but it misses as you cut it in, and both Greg, Eirik, and I, so you see Fiera, Fox run out, and probably joyfully just running around the lakes mischievously.
Yeah, I'm running behind those two, yeah.
Yeah. And after a short
Yeah,
while, you
ready.
see the other fox also kind of puts his head out of the den, also seemingly following.
I drop concentration right now.
All right, and Fiera, you turn back.
Oh,
Yeah, and you're crouched behind us.
Yes, that's Fiera. It's like, oh,
So the fox has been baited out. The head is out. So now you can speak to it directly.
Oof. I can talk. I'll quickly try to switch from mine from Fox to Common to Celestial. They're like, okay, so now we can talk. You didn't want to come out?
so this is a normal procedure you have, is attacking people you wish to talk to. Am I understanding this correct?
I was playfully giving you a nudge.
You bit my tail.
You wouldn't let me sit on your couch?
It is made for me. Nor did you ask.
I couldn't figure that part out. Anyways, we would like to present you with a gift. But we don't know what you like. You did like a painting. So what would you like? Something for your home, perhaps?
Make a persuasion check. It's kind of still like eyeing you out whether or not you're like
Oh.
messing with it.
Yeah.
Oh, Fiera,
I'm
you got
still hunched over,
disadvantage.
just on four hands. I have disadvantage?
Disadvantage.
Yeah, I have disadvantage
Why?
Uh-oh.
because of my field.
When polymorph.
No,
Oh.
because of my field. You're within 10 feet. You're within 10 feet of me, so you have disadvantage on charisma ability checks.
Uh-oh. Okay.
Wait, okay, wait. You
Here's the
can't-
thing.
active,
Here's
though.
here's the thing. Here's the thing. I go along with it because Isorel's not aware yet that she can just deactivate it when her friends are around.
Oh, yeah, okay, that makes sense. You're still getting used to it.
She doesn't know yet about it.
Okay.
That's...
I
So
think-
Viera, yeah, you got disadvantage on it.
That's a business. Oh my gosh.
Oh my
Sorry.
God.
I'm sorry.
Oh, I rolled a
And then I turn,
Okay.
like I see you trying to persuade it and fail miserably, and I'm like, what happened to you? You're
Oh, nope. Hang on. I'm kind of
Oh, boy.
crawling around. I'll kind of grab my my locket and chronal shift. Try to fix this mess. Because that's just one roll then.
Yeah, 2 and a 3.
Yes.
I won't roll below a 10 three times in a row, right? If I can roll low. Oh, there it is. There we go. That's a little bit. We can make things. We have gold. We have outfits that are spare.
we have someone that can make beautiful outfits, and I point to Glamour. He
Yes, we
made-
can offer glamour services.
He made ours, and I show mine.
He seems to be completely ignoring you. I swear, you get the impression he doesn't understand you. As he continues to talk in Celestial, and it's like... But you can very, especially with your passive insight as well, you see that he became very intrigued on the mention of outfits. Like his eyebrow kind of twitches. He's like trying to hide, doing, like being interested in your propositions, but you can see through, like, okay, yeah, you seem to like hooked at least something. And he's like, very well.
Oh,
I'll give you one opportunity. If you mess this up,
jeez.
you aren't allowed to enter my den any longer.
Oh, that's fine. Okay, let me update my friends. I'll switch into common. Okay, so I kind of messed up. But we have a single opportunity to make him happy with a gift.
Okay.
He's like glamour, so think like glamour.
Well, okay, think like glamour. Glamour, if we were to make you a gift, what would you like?
That you would be, you would put in your living room and would be like, stare at it. I don't know. You wouldn't show it to guests because you won't let them on your couch.
What about a statue of himself?
I mean, that sounds pretty damn good. If they made a statue of me, I'd be pretty flattered.
Okay, I'll switch into celestial. We can make a very appealing statue of you if you pose for us.
All right. Very well. I should take you on this offer, but if the statue is not to my taste, then that's your failed opportunity.
Oh, Jesus. I'll switch into common. He'll give us a shot, but it has to be Mastercraft. Okay, I guess, Eric, you can make the statue. Do you want him to?
I mean, it's gonna take a little bit of carving time, and
Sure.
I've used stone shape. That's too bad.
Yeah. Okay. Well, to the fox friend, do you have a name, by the way, so we can put it on there?
Ah, yes. Muzarf is my name.
Interesting. Well, please find a comfortable spot, take whichever pose you find most appealing, and give us some time.
Very well. And he kind of steps out, looks for like a flat piece of land, and just kind of, actually no, he finds a stone that's close by, and then kind of jumps onto it very daintily, and then seems to be making a pose identical, just mirrored of the one you saw on the pedestal.
Meanwhile, I'm like, is this how we solve the puzzle? I don't know. That's a great question.
God.
Put something in his den that you like, so maybe not. Okay, well, I guess, Eric, me and Ezreal, we'll help you whatever you need.
Okay, well,
I can paint. Ezreal can help get materials.
My specialty is obviously wood, so we can make a nice wooden carving of him.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, how big does he want this to be? How big will fit in the frickin' den?
That's the question. I would make it identical to his size.
Which
or maybe
is
like a tish bigger. Just to make him feel better.
It's probably like a log's worth.
Okay.
I need to find a log for me to carve.
I can give you a twig.
Yeah, I mean, I've got scraps of wood, but
I mean, I can create you twigs, is what I mean.
We
If
we have that wood from the forest, right? When we went to the ruins with Vashina, we
No,
collected
that's
wood from the
my
tree.
shield.
yeah,
I use the rest of
Oh.
that wood in my shield.
Never
well,
mind.
I mean, I could create twigs for you that you
you could
then,
like intertwine them together.
Yeah.
and we can
Yep.
make
That'd be pretty
something, and then we can
Make a
probably.
wireframe fox.
Yeah, I think that would actually be cooler. You can make it like lifelike too.
Yes.
Okay, let's go. Let's start making.
All right. And
Making
I'll start
twigs.
making twigs.
And
And the
This is
glamour's
not
gonna
how
help
Jack
make the
thought this would
outfit
go.
out of whatever material we could find
You're like,
in the forest.
we need wood while it's surrounded by trees in a forest. Like,
Yeah.
Who
I don't
here
know how
has
long
an
we
axe
have.
to bring a tree
Okay, I have
down?
a shovel, I have a pickaxe, and I don't think I
Yeah,
have a
we don't
razor.
have an axe to chop wood.
yes, I do. I have an axe.
Oh,
you have no wood of procuring. You have no way of procuring wood inside of a forest. Impossible task. 8 level spells? Nah.
I just don't know how
It
long
can't be
we
done.
have to do
It
this.
can't be done.
It can't.
I do
Okay,
need to
okay.
wireframe more though. I think that sounds really cool.
let's rethink about it. You do have an axe. You can bring a tree down. We can make something nice.
Glamour can collect twigs.
I can. Yes. I can.
Or you can work on like, I don't know, can you make like a crown? Do you know how to make a wooden crown, Glamour?
Wow.
Oh, that's a good idea.
Why a crowd if I can make him like a fancy suit?
Yes.
You can do that in an hour. Go, I mean, yeah,
Well-
go crazy.
Yes.
He seems to be like similar size as me. I can get one of the ones already made if you prove me back.
Of course you have. Okay.
Wait, sorry. Did he say
okay.
we have an hour to do this?
No,
I-
you
not
don't
really.
have any time thing. Only Fiera
Yeah,
said
We
that.
have no idea how time works here.
Yeah, you are inside the Feywild, and inside of the Feywild, you're inside of an angelic crypt, so there might be some.
Time is weird.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm finding a log, chopping it down into like a fox-sized piece.
Yeah. All right. Yeah, you can easily do that.
Jesus Christ.
It's not a big effort to get a piece of
This
wood.
is how this is meant to go. This definitely has to complete the task.
Oh my god. Okay.
And, yeah.
I have tool proficiency with woodcarver's tools. So I'm gonna get to work on carving out. I'm gonna sketch out like the shape on it and start carving away at it. And
All right. My question is, do you have woodcarver's tools? So.
of course I do.
Oh yeah. Plus, you can
Yeah,
just
these
create
are-
them anyways as an
Yeah,
artificer. So yes.
I took all my tools and they've all been in the bag of holding the whole time.
Yes.
And they're in the hole now, so
Yeah, and the way tools work is you can basically use your proficiency, which is stakes with woodcarver's tools, and if you have proficiency in the tool itself, you get advantage on the check. So you can do a sleight of hand check with advantage. Thanks to your proficiency to those tools.
I'll throw a +5.
All right, because it was looking good, but you can see that occasionally Mustaf gives you like a glaring glance as he looks at the statue, and so you like do the edges a little bit more cleanly, smooth out some of the things, and you can see it.
Can I try to add a little flair?
Oh yeah, definitely.
So the eyes. I'm gonna have Ira carve out the eyes. I'm gonna have Izrael get a sort of. Can you make like a paste, Izrael? Just like a very
Yes.
simple. Okay.
Yes.
A paste in the eyes, and then I have diamond dust. So I want to make diamond eyes on the wooden.
Sheesh.
Yeah,
Please.
I'll just like take some flowers and stuff and just turn it into mush and like probably like some white flowers so that the diamond dust really sparkles on there. And I'll
Very-
just start working on that.
I would say that I think you get a +5 from your friends right there, bringing that to a total of 25 even. With diamond dust in the eyes, you see that Musaf looks very pleased with that addition. And also you noticed, as you were like, cutting the shape to, discern the height of the statue itself, you like were chipping, and it's like as you're at the hairdresser and it kind of shows you the links and it puts the scissors somewhere. You see, like, you want to make it to equal height, and you kind of glass, and you remember Fiera, oh, you should make it a little bit taller, so you go like 2 inches taller than he actually is, and then you see he looks pleased. And then you start carving it and making it refine, and you do a really good job. It obviously takes a while to make, a good carving, so you do spend, like, I would say, putting in the effort to make it really nice and neat. It doesn't seem to, like, be distressed by the time that's happening. He seems to be very pleased. Likes the attention he's getting as someone is recreating his shape. And so an hour passes, after which you complete this very nicely refined portraiture statue of a fox that you found within the celestial crypt with golden inlaid eyes and some beautiful vines.
Oh, diamond.
Oh yes, diamond inlaid eyes. And you poof back probably Glamour at some point, and he made like, has like this kind of somewhat suit tie 3-piece set that he kind of places onto the statue.
Oh, Jesus.
And you see Mustaf looks at it and it's like, you have done better than I expected.
Of course.
Now, I would say I must find a nice spot where to place this beautiful depiction of myself so that everyone else can see it.
A wonderful idea.
Very well.
We know exactly where you should put it.
Oh, please do say. That's probably
There
Fiora's translate.
is... Yeah. There is, just a little further here, this beautiful pillar with what seems to be you in gold. And we could put that statue right next to it. So it would be double you. And everyone who comes in here would see it.
He kind of glares at you again a little bit, or what, like Fiera, as you say that it's you, and it's like, ta! Don't compare me to my sister. It's a despicable thing.
Oh,
Sorry.
jeez.
Sorry about that. Did not mean to insult you.
This statue shall make sure that she knows which one is the better of us.
That makes sense.
Very well, yes. Place it there. So that my sister, when she comes by, can look in awe. That also people make depictions of myself and not only her.
Perfect.
It will be done.
Kind of like snubs off his nose. And then just kind of goes back down its burrow into its den.
Where are we?
What?
That's how you do that puzzle, right, Jack?
You assume so.
That's like the clear answer. All right, well, we'll gently bring the wooden carving with diamond eyes to the pedestal.
Yeah, you place it there neatly, face to face. Your statue you carved is a little bit bigger than the one that's already
Yeah.
there. And nothing happens. And you're just like, yeah, you just did that. You talked to a fox, made a statue, spent an hour making a statue out of it, and placed it on a pedestal. And now the only pedestal remaining is the very left one with a slit in it.
Oh,
You kind of look towards it and wonder what craziness you might discover trying to fulfill what you believe is the puzzle here. And that is where we're gonna end today's session.
Oh my god.
That people is D&D right there.
What
Put a
in
question
the
mark by
world
that
are
one.
we doing?
Oh my god.
Oh,
Big question mark.
Lord.
So funny.
Holy.
Oh man.
There is no way that that was right.
At first, I was like, "Yeah, we just have to get him out of the den." And I was like, "Oh, now he's out, and we haven't finished it yet." What next?
We probably had to take something from inside the den.
Maybe. But then he said it was his sister. So, I don't know. Oh boy.
Holy crap.
This is so stupid.
It's so dumb. It's so dumb and I love it. We're once again we're level 15. We're nearing the end game and there's a fucking simple puzzle and we are struggling.
Oh, well, no, we're not struggling. We've accomplished these two tasks. We don't know if they're right though.
That's what you know how Critical Role's nemesis are doors? Ours is freaking puzzles.
Yeah.
But we either overthink them or just go blank.
We either overthink them or we brute force them like stupid. Like we're doing right now.
Oh.
Yes, not everything can be solved with a fireball, unfortunately. Sometimes you have to talk to a strange fox in a celestial crypt, and it will...
I go back and cast fireball in his den.
Thank you.
And
Goodbye.
the golden gate opens, and the angel greets you.
Yay.
Oh boy.
Oh, man.
Holy shit.
Yeah. Imagine we didn't know Celestial. Couldn't read the pillars. Couldn't talk to the fox.
I mean, yeah. If going into a celestial crypt without being able to read celestial is kind of... Yeah. Hard. Though, man, Fiora, you know so many languages. So
Yeah.
there aren't many spots where you would not understand them. Yeah, well, that ends our small endeavor here within the Celestial Crypt, and we'll continue next time and see if they manage to get further and see whether carving this very ornate statue of this fox is the solution that I've written down right here. And if it is, they'll be even more confused.
It's obviously not. Let's not kid us here.
You will be surprised.
There is not a chance in hell you've planned for us to carve a wooden statue.
Who knows? Who knows? Who knows?
Oh, Jesus.
And with that, we shall say goodbye. At least I know several titles I can make for this episode.
It's oh my gosh.
What does what does the fox say? Obviously. Bye bye. Until
Bye-bye.
next week.